relenting and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Black Friday savings start now. Get your best deal through the end of the month at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
With Black Friday savings during Happy Honda Days, own or lease your new Honda Accord or Civic today. Your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Visit us at folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sactown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys.
Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles. What the heck, Alan? Thanks for helping us out and all. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but what are you doing here?
You know, Whitey, sometimes it's just nice to have a holiday special. You got to mix it up sometimes.
That's right.
Right? You got to remix it sometimes. So
yeah.
I am really grateful to be here with you. It's been the last time we did a show together, I didn't have children and I had 2 working Achilles. So it was a while ago.
It was a lifetime ago.
That's right. And we're here now. And this is our first show in Sacramento. So I'm excited to do it, man.
Yeah. But that was also an afternoon drive, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It was quite the time.
This is quite the time to be a Kings fan. Can you believe it, Alan? It happens every year at this time. The trees go up, people gather around the table to eat turkey, and we're talking about Kyle Kuzma. How are we talking about Kyle Kuzma?
It just never is going to end. Ever, ever, ever. And the craziest part, because we've had Michael Scotto on the show. I met him at Summer League, great dude. And we had him on multiple times. This breaks earlier today or this morning. The money doesn't even really work. So my initial thought was, as we've been talking about, is this an opt-out situation where Zach LaVine opts out and then there's a sign-and trade? Because we kept talking about DeMar DeRozan because that money works with Kyle Kuzma. The biggest issue with Kuzma, if I'm not mistaken, is he's still got 2 years on his deal. That's the problem. The Kings want to stay within that 2027, and if I'm not, it's been a while. Whitey, I haven't looked up the Kyle Kuzma stuff because I refused to do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like he had an extra year that people didn't really want.
Yeah, according to Michael Scotto, the Bucks have conducted background due diligence on Zach LaVine and others around the league. As usual, Okay, so really that's like, okay,
Yeah.
sure they have. But then nothing is imminent. Should Milwaukee's interest in Levine become more serious, it's worth noting that Kyle Kuzma and Vivek Ranadive both invested in a new women's professional sports venture called Major League Volleyball. Whoa. Yeah. Like you said, if things become more serious, I don't think they will, Alan.
No, I don't see how the dollars make sense. But, I mean, is it really a King season if you never talk about Kyle Kuzma?
Great point.
He is playing better. I tried to tell people, look, he was really bad in the playoffs, but he's not that bad. He's not as bad as he was in those playoffs. And he's been playing better. Him, how about this? Him, our former, the team that we used to cover back in the day, they said no to Ryan Rollins. He ended up being found money.
Yes.
Okay, is there a little something there? Hopefully not.
So what's more interesting to you of the things that we, quote unquote, learned today? Is it that other teams, including Indiana, have expressed interest in Keon? Is it the, again, report, question mark, that Domas is unhappy or disappointed with the way the team is going, which he better be. If he's elated, we've got a problem.
Right.
Anything in there stand out to you?
Well, the Domas thing, that had been kind of percolating for the last couple of weeks. We had Matt George on last week, and he spoke about that. So he was all over it and his the usage for Domantas Sabonis. So it's not that one. Honestly, Whitey, I'm going to go with Keon Ellis simply because of the team and simply because of who they might have to send back to the Kings. I know they've had a couple different situations with Benedict Mathurin. He's kind of their Kuminga, and they don't really know what they're going to do with him. Could he come over? I don't know, but I think honestly, Sam Amick, I know we're talking about Michael Scotto, but the idea that the Keon thing is truly on the outs, that whole situation to me is the biggest head scratcher in all the moves that Scott Perry has made so far.
What's aggravating about it to me, on top of the obvious, is that according to this report, Indiana is one of the teams to express interest in Keon. Indiana is one of those teams, you go back to last year before Halliburton got hurt and everything went sideways for him, at least in the short term. Indiana is one of those teams that played last year the way Doug Christie says he wants to play. You know, they're switchable. They play up tempo at both ends of the floor, guard you 94 feet. So a team that plays the way you want to play looks at one of your guys and say, yeah, we'd like him. What does that tell you? Oh, well, he'd be good. We better keep him then if we're going to play that way. And yet it appears that they might be parting ways with him. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. We had Keon on Media Day, and he did say he was hoping that it went in a different direction. He said that on the air. And to
what do you
go
mean
from
what would go in a different direction?
That they declined his option and that he would have had a deal and it just would have been a bit cleaner. Sounded like he didn't want to hit unrestricted free agency. And the only thing I could think of, Whitey, is that his camp didn't take too kindly to the Kings picking up the option and saying, we're willing to take our chances. And then on top of that, that was when we talked to him. That was 3 guards ago, Whitey. Then they went out and got Russell Westbrook. So, and now he's not getting playing time. So I just think where they're at, the decisions that they made it very clear to Keon, okay, you don't value me as much as I think other teams would value, and I think it's just too late to put the toothpaste back in the tube. Because it's not just Doug Christie who he's that type of player. It's also Scott Perry. They all keep saying the same things. We know where this league is going, and I don't think it's as much as they don't think Keon is a part of that. It's just the specific situation. I saw something really interesting, and I don't know if I agree with it or not because we do this tinfoil hat with Scott Perry. Did he always know they were going to rebuild? But somebody did say if you take the Kings at their word, they were trying to contend in the summer, so they made decisions that reflected that. By picking up Keon's option, they thought, hey, maybe this Dennis Schroeder thing was going to work. Now that they had to pivot to rebuild, it's just too far gone with Keon because they got 4 guards in front of him, and they can't give him that playing time. So if you do take them at their word, they were trying to contend. It didn't work out, but we all knew. The problem is we all knew they weren't going to. So you sacrifice Keon for something that we all knew wasn't going to work.
Contend for what, though? Again, I know you know this. They're a game out of the 10th spot.
Yeah, the 8's looking beautiful this time of year, Whitey.
Do you think it's possible, remotely possible, they have the best of both worlds? We talked about this a lot yesterday with Kayla, that they rebuild, they're able to bring in some younger players and still hover around in the same zip code as the 10th, maybe even the 9th spot.
Probably. I mean, other teams are going to make some big decisions too, so that's going to change things. I mean, the Mavs are already kind of out the mix. The Suns are playing really well. That's who they have. By the way, there's a game tonight.
Yes, sir.
The Suns are playing really well. How long does that last?
No Grayson Allen tonight.
That's my guy too. That's my guy.
Nobody likes him.
No, you know why that's my guy? That's Schmallen Miles' guy.
Oh, okay.
He cooks the Kings. He's been cooking lately, Whitey.
Oh, he's having a great year from
He's been
line.
cooking, but
he's out. Jalen Green's out, and Ryan Dunn's out.
See, I don't like that.
You don't like that?
No, that's too obvious.
Oh, okay.
Kings got to be favorites tonight, right? I don't know. No, thank you.
Ramsey just shook that one off when you said Kings got to be favorites. He shook it off.
They're not favored.
Okay, I'm back in. I'm back. As long as the Kings are underdogs, then I'm good. Once they're the favorite, that's the problem. But with all of the things going on, Whitey, it's just a bit confusing the direction that the Kings were trying to go. And to your point, I feel like we all believe that Scott Perry knows basketball. And in his heart of hearts, when you say, well, they were trying to contend, yeah, I mean, you're giving up on Keon Ellis at 25 to contend for the 7 or the 8 seed? Really? That doesn't make a ton of sense.
I know. There's also this. Everybody agrees, from casual fans to people that have done it for a living. If you want to evaluate your team, you got to wait 20 to 25 games, right? So before we got anywhere near 20 games, it looked like, okay, thumbs down.
Right.
Now they're playing a little better, and we're not to 25 games yet. Things in 25 games could look a lot different than they do now at, 19?
Yeah.
So it's just, it's still kind of muddy, kind of cloudy. I'm hoping they don't get caught up in the, hey, look at that. That's a 10 spot right there. That's within, within our grasp.
Whitey. Suns tonight. You just said bunch of guys missing. Jazz next.
I know.
We're looking at 4 straight wins.
I know.
They're going to start getting that itch again, that 9 seed itch again.
They're going to be like, we're 8-13.
Hey, couple things break up. Where's Draper? We're a John Collins away. That's all we need.
I just don't know what's best for him. I appreciate the excitement, and I know the atmosphere there for the last game, Minnesota Monday. A lot of people thought, it's going to be kind of subdued. I thought it would be. And, of course, the crowd got into it. Very exciting. Ironically, perhaps, it was at Levi's where the atmosphere was a little subdued, I understand.
Yeah, and look, people get upset with me when I call them the Santa Clara 49ers because that's where they play. But, I mean, there's so many issues with that stadium. I know the sun, it can be. The only time I was out there, I was never out there for a Niner game outside of media stuff. I went out there random, Whitey. I went out there. My nephew is an Alabama fan, right? So his other side of the family from that area. So I surprised him, took him to that national championship where Alabama got smacked. I think that might have been Trevor Lawrence. And we went out there. We were on a bus from BART, driving all the way out there to Santa Clara. That was the only time I was out there, Whitey. Whitey, it was so terrible trying to get back. I said I'll never do it again. I'll never not drive to Levi's again. And I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. People are in a bad mood because it took them a long time to get there. I can't do it, Whitey.
You know the way to do it if you can. Not everyone can. I was able to do it one time because we were doing a radio show out there. If you can go to the hotel there. Is it the Hilton?
Yes.
Hyatt?
No, I know it well.
Yeah.
We were stuck waiting for an Uber for 3 hours there.
If you can go there, stay overnight, not you park there and just walk across.
Well,
and then if you got plenty of time when the game's over where you're not rushed, that's how you do it.
Yeah. Hey, this is great. We just stay here all night. We're just waiting.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Pam's hanging on. Let's see what Pam's got to say. Hey, Pam, you're on with Alan and Whitey. What's up? Pam? Are you there, Pam? We lose Pam. Oh, sorry about that, Alan. We lost Pam.
Bye, Pam.
She was probably going to say, I think it's so great that Alan's on with you, and just thank you, Alan, and we missed you today on your show. I think that's what you wanted to say.
I would assume so. Yeah. I would assume so.
Yeah, it was nice to have John Lund on the air.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you again to John.
Still, some people I'm sure are wondering, well, Alan, what's Alan doing in there? So, yeah, like you said, holiday special.
Holiday special. Sometimes you got to remix it, but do not remix your food. This is what I keep saying, Whitey. Tomorrow is not the day to try stuff out. Whatever your best stuffing recipe is,
Play the
go
hits.
without.
Play the hits on Thanksgiving.
Don't try anything new, please. I got to tell my little sister, no, don't. All right, that's all.
Pam is with us now. Hello, Pam. Thanks for hanging. What's up? Another false alarm on Pam. Sorry about that, Pam. Starting to think maybe it's not Pam's fault.
Yeah. Pam, we love you.
Mm-hmm. And we love a victory tonight at the
Do we?
Gold One Center. I don't know.
When
I was hoping you could help me.
Well, when
figure it out.
does it turn? It's not there yet, right? But when does it turn into, all right, stop. I know it sounds crazy after 2 wins to say, all right, stop winning now. I do think it's all going to take care of itself, Whitey. We were taking a look at the schedule, and yeah, they get a little break as they have like I said, they have the Suns tonight, and then they have the Jazz.
This is like the Nerf pocket of the schedule.
Right, but then they get right back into it. They're going to get the Rockets a couple times
got the Heat in
December. Yeah. You got the Heat in Miami. They've been playing well. Davion revenge game. So and you do mix in a Pacers game, but
Pacers game, and you got a couple Portland games.
Yes, the little baseball kind of series. So I don't think anybody has to worry about the Kings winning too many games just yet. But I hope that we have to have that conversation. And I'll tell you this, Whitey, with all that being said, all of the tank this, tank that, all the calls and texts that we get, do you think anybody was thinking about a tank in that game with DeMar DeRozan doing his thing?
Nope.
No. That was just good old-fashioned fandom. And that's okay. We can do that.
That's the whole point. Yes. Now, if that were to happen, if there were to be a point where the consensus amongst the fan base would be, whoa, pull back on the wins. I don't think that would happen. It might never happen. But if it was going to happen, it wouldn't happen until they actually were in the 10th spot. You know?
Yes.
And then because it's so tempting, like, you're 10th, and now 2 games out of the 9th spot, and then, hey, look at the 8th spot.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm just wondering, aside from whether it's a good idea or not, could it even be done? Is it even really possible, and to what degree, that you could accomplish both of your goals?
Well, I think if you want to not worry about the winning thing, go look at where the Kings are and go look at the 8th seed, right? Or go look at the 6th seed. That brings things back into reality that they really have just
6th
won.
seed is the Phoenix Suns, and they're probably going to pulverize them tonight.
Yeah, well, I don't know. There's too many guys missing, Whitey. You know how it is with the Kings. But as far as the goals are concerned, I think it just depends on what your goals are, right? Let's take some of these teams that have actively tanked. You got the Wizards. You got the Jazz. The Jazz, they've tried to do everything wrong. They've literally gotten fined.
You said past tense, but in fact, they are tanking now.
They are tanking. But they tanked last season.
Yeah.
Did not get the first pick, right? They did get Ace Bailey, but they stink. They're trying to stink. These flattened odds have changed things. So sacrificing the little bit of joy that you might get this season because you want slightly better odds, I don't think it's worth it until we're actually having a conversation. And then you could be happy in a different way because the Kings will be fighting for an 8 seed. I wouldn't mind an 8 seed, but this 9, 10, oh my goodness. Look, they get the 9 or 10 seed, they're not getting into the playoffs. I don't think. So you make moves, DeMar DeRozan, at this Zach LaVine, DeMontis Sabonis, whatever it is, and you make sure Keegan is getting the most shots every single night.
Yeah.
And just like Denzel said in that interview with Jamie Foxx, I'm leaving here with something, right? Just leave the season with something. And I think that everybody can feel good about it. And if you get a top pick, you get a top pick. If not, go get my boy Neo from Virginia Tech. He's the next Luka.
You're 4.5 out of the 8th spot right now. To me, it is worth giving up the chance to be 9th or 10th or even sneak even higher if that comes into play, to have the best shot you can get. To your point, it's not a great shot. If you're one of the bottom 3 teams, you got only a 14% chance at the top pick, but that's the best chance you can get.
Yeah.
And the Kings do need to replenish the roster. And they still need to find, as John Lund was saying today, as we all know, you know this, they need to find the guy.
Yeah.
Your best chance of finding him. You got a chance in this draft, and I would rather be picking higher than lower. To that point, do you think part of this with Keegan is just determining, like, all right, let's see, maybe he's a guy. Let's just see. Probably not. Great player. We want to build around him. But maybe he could be even more than we thought. Do you think that's part of the process here as he entertains and assumes a larger role?
Yeah, big a big comparison that comes up a lot. It's all these guys, all these 6'8", 6'9"ers that are running around and they can handle the rock a little bit. They can shoot the rock a little bit. They can defend. Well, no, I'm talking about in the league. So obviously Trey Murphy's a guy. Jalen Johnson's a guy. All these teams seem to have them, and the Kings don't really have one. Or so we did not think so. What they're doing now is they're going to see, all right, Keegan, if we give you 20 shots a night, what can you become? Because the argument with Trey Murphy is that he's just a chucker. He's on a bad team, and he gets to shoot the ball all the time. I use Trey Murphy as an example, Whitey, because I don't know if the Pelicans see Trey Murphy as a future dude, as a future he's our guy.
Yeah,
he scores a lot, but
yeah.
He's our guy, right? I know the Warriors are interested, but not to be the guy, to be a good piece, a Cam Johnson variant, if you will. Mm-hmm. So they're going to see what Keegan can be. And I think, Whitey, it also does affect, you're not supposed to draft based on position, which we know if you're a Sacramento Kings fan, with I don't got to say the name, but it starts with an L, and he plays in LA now. But based on what happens with Keegan this season, does that affect who you do draft? Because Darren Peterson, to me, who is the newest name in the group, he's the guy that is starting to look like the best offensive hub. Cam Boozer.
Maybe, but he hasn't played.
No, he hasn't played. He's been injured with his hamstring.
Yeah.
Cam Boozer, the whole thing is he's got the body, he's got the Paolo Banchero kind of look, but can he do enough offensively? Because if you do go get Cam or you go get somebody who is another good piece, you're still looking for him. Mm-hmm. And you don't have him yet.
Well, sometimes that's a problem for a team. When you get to the pick, it's like, wow, we clearly have this need, but do we just get the best player? The Kings aren't going to have to worry about that if they end up with a high pick.
Right.
Because they need so much. They don't have the luxury of worrying about that.
Yeah. I mean, if they did, Keegan probably won most improved player, right? Most improved player, which was a goal going into the season, and he was all NBA.
Yeah. By the way, it's been 21 minutes now. Alan has not once mentioned that he had Keegan's dad on his show. So if you had the over, congratulations.
Look, I'm not gonna jump on your show, Whitey, and push my narratives around.
This is your show today.
I'm
not
not
your show as much as it's my show.
I'm not gonna push my narratives around, but yeah, me and Kenyon Murray, yes, we talk on occasion. He's been on the show. Go check that out.
21-26.
Go check that out on YouTube.
Was at 19 and
I was saving it for the second segment, but since we're already here, let me just say this. Keegan Murray, what he's been able to do, incredible. The whole Murray family, love him.
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate that.
You mean that over-under is higher than what we expect to be in Cleveland on Sunday with San Francisco and Cleveland in that snow slop?
I don't know if it's going to snow. It might just be freezing
nasty rain.
Yeah.
Still, we had a higher over-under on that than we had for potential winning amount of points in that game on Sunday.
Yeah, because that ain't going to be high.
I'll tell
you that much.
TR and friends, Whitey's wearing the same sweatshirt he did yesterday. Not correct. It was 2 days ago.
By the way,
not yesterday.
TR has gotten on me for my wardrobe before. I wore a polo, I think not 2 weeks in a row, but I wore it 1 week, then the next week, and TR said, Alan, you need new polos. So, hey, TR, why don't you send me one?
Yeah.
Why don't you send me one, all right?
Yeah.
I like the Nike ones.
Uh-huh. Let's see. And then the real in Fisher says, all the hosts have to share one hoodie. That's not I wore it 2 days ago, all right? It's cold outside. But larger point, Alan, is that I think the NBA may have a problem when it comes to the perception of the integrity in the league. People are talking about lottery. Why should I care about the lottery? Heart on my sleeve says, I'm saying it as a father spending hundreds taking the kids to the games. Draft is clearly rigged or riggable. People don't want to pay to watch a tank. Not me, at least. And we got somebody else also mentioning that the lottery is, G1C, Arena Dog. I'm just worried about the lottery and the other big-name organizations in the lottery.
I mean, the whole Mavericks, the tinfoil hat was that the Mavericks were trying to leave Dallas, right? So if you traded Luka, we would give you the first round, the first overall pick, so you would have a new person to take to Vegas or wherever they end up going. I don't know. That was just the tinfoil theory, but there's only so many teams that are going to move. That was specific to Dallas and that ownership group who was throwing around the idea of moving. I don't know if there is a narrative to be thrown around this go round. Let us remember that the odds, however many years ago, the way they do the lottery changed. So the odds are flattened. And they did that to try to keep teams from tanking.
To eliminate the motivation,
exactly.
the incentive. To disincentivize tanking.
We don't know. If you want to go tinfoil hat, you're talking to somebody that will spend hours in a black hole with all this stuff. But I don't know. It depends on who's around. And here's the thing. Yeah, I mean, the Celtics, they're going to have to make some decisions soon. They're business decisions that have to be made from a lot of these teams. The Pacers, smart.
The NBA televises everything, right? The combine, training camp, draft. They really need to start televising the lottery, not people sitting there and going, and the third pick goes to, they need to show how it's done.
Yeah.
We've had reporters on, I think Jason Jones talked about it, reporters who go and witness it say, if you see it, you can't rig it. If that's true, then they need to show it because there's a lot of people who feel in their hearts that thing is 100% rigged.
You know, it's funny, Whitey, as they canceled Starting Five, I wasn't ever – I like documentaries, but I don't like documentaries on stuff where I know how it ends, right? And I think the availability and the transparency that we have with all these athletes kind of affects shows like that. So they canceled Starting Five. I don't watch Starting Five. I didn't watch quarterback. I didn't watch wide receiver. That's what we need a documentary on. Show us a documentary on the NBA lottery. I don't need to know. I don't need to see these guys' big old houses and Shea and LeBron. I know, they got great lives. Okay, they got outstanding lives. I don't need to see that. What I want to see...
You want to see a documentary about Klay Thompson. I know that.
No, what I want to see is the NBA lottery and behind the scenes there. That's what people would watch.
Mm-hmm. What baseball position would make the best starting 9 or whatever?
Shortstop, right?
Catcher, baby.
No.
The tools of ignorance.
No.
More interesting.
I knew Styles was going to say shortstop.
Shortstop.
I knew it.
Shortstop.
What do you know about playing shortstop?
I don't. That's why I want to watch.
Unfortunately, Styles, I know with the hand that you were born with is your dominant hand. Unfortunately, that's not a position for shortstop.
It's not.
Neither is catcher.
It's not, no.
Although there have been a couple of left-handed catchers, as you'll find out when you watch Whitey Gleason's new documentary, Catcher, The Tools of Ignorance. New deal for Keon Ellis. Why he didn't get one? Next with Alan Stiles. And we also got Ramsey today and Whitey on Sactown Sports. Hello.
A Sacramento tradition continues this year. The Santa Parade. Free for all to enjoy circling Capitol Park beginning at 10 a.m. December 13th, the joy of the holiday season. Santa Claus is coming to Sacramento with the 41st Santa Parade. Join Sactown Sports 1140 December 13th beginning at 10 a.m.
Brought to you in part by Elk Grove Chevrolet, Western Health Advantage, and OK Tire and Automotive.
Get more value for your money with the new owners at Elk Grove Chevrolet. Right now, supplier pricing is available to everyone, making it easier than ever to drive home in your dream car. Check out the amazing Black Friday specials online, like $5,000 off on the 2025 Colorado. Choose from a wide selection of new and used Chevrolets, plus flexible financing and expert maintenance. Visit them today and experience the difference. MyElkGroveChevrolet.com, where savings and service come standard. Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. What would a Maverick do? Because you're a Maverick too. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply. Give to get with no gimmicks.
Who has the largest selection of golf merchandise in Northern California? The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. It's the go-to store for golf bags, apparel, equipment, lessons, club fittings, novelty items, and more. With their low price guarantee, complimentary gift boxes, and gift cards for your golfer, it's the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Add convenient online shopping and effortless after-Christmas return policy, and you'll see why the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at HagenOaks.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or kohls.com for details.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
The mildest summer in 30 years has left AC makers with overstock and far below their sales targets. Your chance for huge savings. Sierra Pacific's partnership with top manufacturers mean exclusive discounts to clear inventory fast. Get premium systems installed flawlessly by friendly pros with ironclad warranties and great discounts with SMUD rebates. Plus, HVAC's tax credits expire December 31st. Call for your complimentary proposal. Visit SierraPacificHome.com.
Sierra Pacific Solar Heating and Air. The guys in the big red trucks.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, tell me all about the Black Friday sales event.
Right now, save up to $15,000 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Jeep Gladiator Sport S. Or, if that deal isn't good enough, lease one for as little as $189 a month for 36 months.
Ooh, my brother had one of these, and he absolutely loved it.
Most people who do love its versatility. But Hoblet is more than just Jeep. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter. We have over 220 vehicles waiting for you at HobletDodge.com.
Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings after $92.50 factory rebates and $37.50 dealer discounts. Rebates include $92.50 lease bonus cash. Must finance through Stellantis. Residency restrictions apply. $189 special lease with $19.95 due at signing. 10,000 miles per year, 30 cents per mile over for well-qualified buyers with 720 plus FICO score. Plus tax, license fees, and dealer accessories. To get this net savings, VIN numbers 546328, 546330. See dealer for details.
And Iron Man was the same. He shared with somebody, I can't remember who. And then all the characters got their own book. So what they ended up with was this weird period where for one issue, they had Submariner and Iron Man. And I used to have it. It's like special issue. Right. The only ever Iron Man, Submariner, one issue, special commemorative issue. And I feel like that's what we have today, Alan.
Yeah.
With you and me, it's like the special one-time holiday deal.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, where I was going to go with it is there was a special Pokemon Game Boy Color.
Okay.
And it was yellow, and it had Pikachu on the corner. And Mom, Dad, I need the Pokemon Game Boy. And they got it for me. Now, sidebar, it always felt weird playing a different game on the Pokemon Game Boy. But it was special edition, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what it is right now, holiday special.
That's right. Did you have Pokemon cards?
Yeah, of course.
Do you still have them?
Of course.
Oh.
And I looked them up, and they're worth no money.
Really? Really?
I get the Articunos and the Blastoise. I got none of the good ones.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm just going to hold on to them because eventually, right? Eventually.
The Real and Fisher here says in the YouTube chat, I did like starting 5 because it made my wife interested in the NBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I saw the same thing with, again, receiver, quarterback. My wife personally, she is in on watching live sports. It's like reversed, right? I don't really need to watch the documentaries unless they're extremely interesting. Not to say that this one isn't, but it's an easier sell to just say, hey, she will watch a random game before she wants to watch a documentary.
Peg Junk says, Allen has 1/2 of shortstop if you asked certain scouts. Huh? Did you get that? I didn't think you, Peg
I think
Junk.
it was short.
Oh, yeah.
That's
probably what it was.
That's what I'm taking.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. Chuckley says, if the Kings lose every game from here on, I bet the Kings get the 8th or 7th pick at best. And if the Kings start to win, probably 12 or 15 pick.
No, I don't think it'll be that bad.
But there's still potentially a huge difference between 7 and 8 or 12 and 15. And maybe I'm wrong, Chuckley. I take that as you saying it doesn't make that much of a difference, but it could make a big difference.
No, it does.
4 or 5 spots in the lottery could make a big
And Chuck
difference.
Lee's Mr. Negative anyway, so.
Yeah. It's early, man. It's still early. A lot of these teams will end up being fraudulent, very similar to the Panthers. A lot of these teams in the NFL, a lot of these teams are going to show us who they really are. It's still early. I think a couple years ago, weren't the Jazz, remember that random stretch that the Jazz went on? This time, 3-4 years ago, weren't the Jazz still on that random stretch? So it's still early.
Yeah, they're in another weird spot. Are they just going to tank in perpetuity?
I mean, it's them. Who's in a better spot? Them. And the funny part is that everybody knows they've just have these random vets just because. I mean, the marketing thing, that was Danny Ainge, in my opinion, getting in his own way. But if you look at the Jazz, the Nets, and the Wizards,
I feel like the Wizards and Nets are legitimately trying to figure. Nets are still like, we're still just in full tank mode. Wizards, I think, are of the mind like, we're trying to build it back up and we can't figure it out. And the Jazz probably could, but they don't want to give up their potential lottery pick this year. And it just seems like, well, we could, but let's just hold off a little longer.
Right.
That was a good team when they had Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, and I know those guys are older, but, they're still contributing, obviously. Utah was a really good team.
It's funny you say that, Whitey, because there's a part of me that does look at the West right now and say, if you're Utah, well, what's the rush? But the bottom line is there's always going to be something. Right now you have OKC. Wemby is still coming, just like winter is coming in Game of Thrones. Wemby is still coming at some point in time, right? He's got to stay healthy. The Rockets go get Kevin Durant. They extend Kevin Durant, so they're not going anywhere. There's always an excuse, just like in life. There's always an excuse to not do something. There's always an excuse to say, I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that. There's always going to be an excuse to do something, and you just got to fight through it. And the Jazz, the West is not going to, there's always going to be something.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a perfect time to say, now all the other teams stink, so now we're going to go all in. I just don't know what they're doing.
It could be that they're still waiting to get the guy. And maybe they feel like,
Maybe it's
you know
Ace
what?
Bailey.
If we try to make a run in the West and we don't have the guy, it's not going to end well for us. And maybe they just feel like, we're better off hoping that we get another shot in this draft.
Yeah, and you got to hit on who they have. I mean, you look at OKC. I don't think a lot of people thought Shea would be Shea, which is why I don't like doing the OKC model thing, because it's just, let's do what OKC did. Okay, did OKC know? And I know Sam Presti is Sam Presti, but Dave would say, hey, he knew, because Dave loves Sam Presti.
He really does,
He really does. So that's fine, that's fair, but there's just so many different ways that this thing can go. It's hard to say, no, well, we know we're going to do this and we're going to be able to contend and go from there. There's just so many variables.
I just don't want the Kings to, again, split the difference where they're half in on this and half in on that, because it's not going to work. And Scott Perry says no shortcuts, right? We've heard him say that, no shortcuts. That means you got to commit one way or the other. And that means if you're really honest about that, that means you got to commit to the whole rebuild, not the remodel. The remodel is where, well, we got this house and it's not very well designed, and the kitchen is not very functional, but you know what? Let's go get John Collins. Let's just paint the kitchen. Let's maybe add on. We'll do a little remodel, and it'll be great. No. This roster is poorly constructed, and you need to start over on it.
Yeah, and I know
rebuild it.
I know you brought up that the Suns are missing some guys today because I wanted to put a lot on this game because you win 3 in a row against a hot Suns team. Okay, but the fact that the Suns are missing guys and let's just call a spade a spade.
Kings are missing guys too.
Sure. Let's call a spade a spade though.
Yeah,
maybe 2.
They beat the Nuggets without Domantas Sabonis, right?
Yeah.
No Aaron Gordon, no Christian Brown. They were coming off a back-to-back. The Nuggets were a tough game against the Rockets. So let's just call a spade a spade. They won without Sabonis, and I'll give them their just due. But the Nuggets, I mean, not a scheduled loss because it's the Kings, but not an ideal situation.
You don't want to give the Kings any credit.
No. I'm just saying we got to put this. It's not even a win streak. Isn't it a win streak 3? Don't they got to win 3?
I agree with that.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Two's
it's not even a win.
streak.
We won 2 games, and now we're worried about the Kings being too good. I'll tell you where this ends, Whitey. Where this probably ends, Whitey. You got the Suns tonight. You could win that game. You could win 4 straight. You could win 5 straight because you got the Grizzlies.
I know.
You could win 5 straight. Then the real returns. You got to go to Houston December 3rd. You got to go to Miami December 6th. That's the Davion Mitchell revenge game. You get a break against the Pacers. You got to go to Indiana, though. Tyrese Halliburton will be there looking like, where's Waldo? You got the 2 games against the Blazers. Then you host the Rockets, and then you host the Pistons. You get a little break against the Mavericks, but then you have to go to LA to face the Lakers. So this 5-game winning streak that they might not even get because they might lose to the Suns. They didn't have Jalen Green last time. That didn't matter. So that winning streak, did they have Grayson Allen the first game of the season?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Grayson Allen torched him.
Yeah, he did. He went off. So it's cool. We can worry about it because at least we can pretend like we have nice things. But I think reality is coming after these 5 games.
But you're looking at the record in a vacuum. Like, the record's got to be decent or you're not accomplishing anything. And in the West, it's proven right now the way the Kings have played. 5-13. That's after 2 wins in a row. So, obviously, they were 3-13. It's like, oh, well, that'll ruin your season. Well, it depends what you're hoping to accomplish. You know, you can have a bad record, at least this year so far in the West, and still be right there as far as the play-in.
I would like to believe that Scott Perry will not be hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok by a bad record that keeps them in a 9 seed.
I don't think Scott Perry would do that either.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. But I don't know.
I agree with you.
I don't know, but I have to believe that. I need to believe that.
I could see someone more concerned with attendance and things of that nature who might say, you know,
Whitey.
We're going to change our plan here.
Full autonomy. Full autonomy. Full
That can
autonomy.
change.
No.
That can change
Is that how
like that.
Is that how autonomy works?
It can in this case because it's like it's a privilege. You now have full autonomy. If you do, that can be revoked at any time.
Well, then Scott Perry says, well, if you're not going to let me do my job, I'm walking away.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I'm just saying.
I'm worried about what's going to happen there, and I'm worried about how fans are going to react. I'm surprised how many fans are getting excited about a push for whatever it is they would be pushing for.
I mean, you get the 8. You get 8, Whitey. You do get 2 bites at the apple.
I'm not going to get to 8 unless I decide I'm trying to get to 8.
John Collins will get you to 8.
The only reason I would want John Collins is so I could spin him off again before the deadline, honestly.
No.
Yes.
Whitey.
Yes.
I concur with Kev. He's just not a fit. I'm sorry.
He's okay, but he's going to take shots away from Keegan, and he
He'll play
doesn't
his
fit
role.
my timeline.
No. No. He doesn't fit mine either. I'm saying if you are an 8-seater out there, some of these Kings fans are 8-seaters.
8-seaters.
Right? If you are an 8-seater, then this message is for you.
Okay.
DeMar DeRozan, John Collins, swip, swap, bing, bam, boom. It's easy. Because we got somebody that's taking the last shots now. And you know who he is. Keegan Murray. He's him. Trust me on this one. I know the family.
I'm not the John Collins fan that a lot of people are, but put up some big numbers. Had a nice year last year.
Yeah, at the end of the season, and I don't think they would go in this direction either, even though I know Michael Scotto brought up the Kings checking in on Ja Morant. That must have been injury and pre-Klay Thompson beef.
Well, it was also just a team going, hey, you hear that they might be offering Ja. Yeah, call him up.
Yeah.
See what's up.
Yeah.
You know, and then we're like, oh, the Kings checked on Ja.
Right.
Ooh, they're going to get him. No, that's what teams do.
I don't want him.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that right now. But P.J. Washington is a guy. He signed the extension, so he's in the Keegan situation. Had to be the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But when they fully give the keys to Cooper Flagg, I think that's a good contract. But again, Carmichael Dave last week said he believes that they won't. He said they're not buying into this group anymore. They're not going to try to make this group better. So you don't have to worry about it, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
But fit-wise,
it's up to Carmichael Dave now.
Well, I mean, he knows people.
Yeah, I know he knows people, and I didn't know who he knows.
I'm not saying who he knows.
Yeah, we'll get to Keon, why he maybe didn't get that new deal, and what the Kings and their fans should be thankful for. We'll take a bite of that yam next on Sactown Sports.
This Sponsor the Clock is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
The Sactown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. 49ers get a much-needed win at home versus Carolina 20-9. Christian McCaffrey had 142 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown against his former team. San Francisco improves to 8-4 and are still squarely in the playoff chase. Next up for the 49ers, they're in Cleveland. Catch the game this Sunday beginning at 9 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
This 49ers Red Zone Report is being brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Purdy with some time throws the slant to Jennings. Jennings breaks the contact at the 5 and walks into the end zone. Another blitz coming. Young looking over the middle, throws, and it's picked off by Brown at the 23-yard line. The second of the game for Jair. The 49ers will defeat the Carolina Panthers here tonight, 20-9, the final score.
Ready, set, win big. When the 49ers win, you score. With 49% off any large pizza, only at Mountain Mike's Pizza. Celebrate every game day with your favorites from our legendary crispy, curly pepperoni, bold sauced up wings, garlic butter drenched sides, and gooey sweet desserts, all hot, fresh, and built for a Niners victory. Download the Mountain Mike's app, join Mountain Rewards, and turn every Niners win into a pizza party. Let's go Niners. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
No payments for 90 days on every new vehicle in stock at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. That's right. No payments until February 2026. Find them online at sacssuperstore.com, and they're centrally located right across from Hayden Oaks Golf Course. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. What would a Maverick do? Because you're a Maverick too. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply. Give to get with no gimmicks.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Alan Stiles in with us today. Alan, though, is just kind of looking in a forlorn kind of way at the TV because Seton Hall is playing at the Maui Classic, and I guess you wanted to go there, huh? And they just weren't interested.
No, I got in just for normal school. I got into the school, but yeah, my mom took me on a East Coast college trip, and I had my list of teams that I was interested in: Seton Hall, Georgetown. We talked to all the talked to Norfolk State, my mom's alma mater, talked to all of them, and they were not interested. Had to go JUCO route, and I still ended up getting to go back east to Temple University. But Seton Hall never called.
Did you ever play Seton Hall?
No, I wish, because I would have had something
Alan
ready.
Stiles revenge game.
That's right. I would have had something ready for them, Whitey. Hey, you didn't want me? Okay. All right, I got
Show
something
you what you're missing.
Yeah, here's a drag bunt.
Yeah. Well, with your speed,
I could
burner.
I could place it though. I could place it pretty well.
I've seen the scouting reports.
Yeah.
Fast, but not a burner.
Yeah, well, depends on who you're asking. Is it cold outside or not?
Here's the dang deal on Keon Ellis, perhaps. This is why the Kings didn't sign him. According to Michael Scotto, a new deal for Ellis in retrospect would have likely put the Kings over the threshold. So it looks like maybe that's why. Maybe that was more the matter of what they thought of him long term, but didn't want to go into the luxury tax. Yeah.
And a lot of people get on the Kings for the luxury tax stuff, and we can have the breakdown of teams that are in the luxury tax and teams that aren't. But the reality is, and how I've always viewed it, Whitey, you're not going into the luxury tax in order to contend, right? A lot of times it feels like, hey, we have something here. Now I'm willing to spend this money.
The Kings wouldn't be, in that it makes sense if that's what you have to do to have a shot.
Yes.
But if you don't.
For example, the Pacers, that was the whole thing with Miles Turner. When they were rolling before, it felt like before Tyrese Halliburton got hurt, the report had come out, the Pacers are willing to go into the luxury tax in order to keep this together. Tyrese gets hurt, messes up the timeline a little bit, so Miles Turner ends up going to Milwaukee, but that would have been a situation where it makes sense. We've hit on you have to earn, this is how I would put it, you have to earn the luxury tax. And people are saying, oh my goodness, they need to go into it, Vivek, open your pockets, but I'm not going to open my pockets to get the 8 seed. That doesn't make sense. That's not how other teams.
You're not an 8-seeder.
No, you're not. Well, there are 8-seeders out there, but that's not how it typically works. Show me why I should give y'all more money.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
You disagree with that?
No, I agree. I know that's one of the things the Warriors had to look at a few years ago, and they're like, we're paying so much money. We're paying more money in luxury tax than some teams are paying in payroll, and we're not that good, so what's the point? Yeah. So
that's how I look at it, but a lot of people just spend your money. You got it. $5 billion. It is $5 billion.
For Keon, I might have. Yeah. 'Cause I love the fit. Love the fit.
Well, I think
What's
worst
not to love?
I think the worst part is the contradiction of Scott Perry and Doug Christie running around saying we need guys that fit a specific type. Scott Perry was on the Summer League broadcast and he said, we don't need guys in this day and age. You can't dribble the air out of the ball. We're keeping DeMar DeRozan, right? So it's the contradiction
Yes, it is.
that
You're
I
right.
think upsets some people.
Mm-hmm. Yes. If you can defend, you're going to be on the floor. No, you're not.
And speaking of contradictions, let's see if Keon Ellis plays tonight because they have him plastered all over the billboard for tonight's game, previewing this game.
Really?
Yes.
When I walked in a couple days ago, I saw a Dougie McBuckets. It was just one single poster, but I thought,
Gotcha.
Doug.
Gotcha.
It was a small one.
Schroeder might not play tonight with
Yeah?
the hip, and then, of course, Domas out. And the Suns are missing a plethora of stars tonight.
Yeah, speaking of those taller wing types, feels like even though the Suns have been playing well, so far the Ryan Dunn leap has not arrived. And I think they were really hoping that the Ryan Dunn leap would arrive.
He's averaging about 8 a game, I think, and he's a good defender.
That ain't going to fly.
They've kind of enjoyed the opposite end of the spectrum from the Kings when you look at the schedule.
Mhm.
You know, the Kings have had a terrible schedule, and they really have. Strength of schedule, they've had the toughest in the NBA. And the Suns, I don't know what the number is, but it's been a lot softer, and they've taken advantage of that.
A lot of these teams have had better schedules. The Timberwolves, they had played a bunch of bad teams. So it's going to loosen up for the Kings. The real thing is, Whitey, it doesn't get extremely loose and extremely easy for the Kings until about March, April. And by that time, this thing is whatever will be at that point.
Mm-hmm. Strength of schedule here. Let me check real quick. For 26th, so for the Suns out of 30. So they've had an easy schedule.
Yeah.
One of the reasons they've been a surprise team.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't know, but the Kings, they don't even beat the easy teams.
No, they beat Denver and they beat Minnesota.
The only one they
And
beat
Milwaukee
was the Warriors. That was the easy one because nobody was playing.
Mm-hmm. You know, you should be spending a lot of your time at SactownSports.com, especially for things like this. Our buddy Chris Watkins just put together a piece here at SactownSports.com. What the Kings and Kings fans should be thankful for. You might want to check that out. What do you think, Alan? Keegan Murray on the list here. Good draft class and having your pick. That's a big one. I think it's overlooked.
Yeah.
People complain about Monty this, Monty that. At least he was able to hang on to their draft assets.
And that is more than some of these other teams can say. You look on Tankathon, and we run it on the show every single day, and you look at some of these teams who stink. I mean, the Pelicans, I think they really like Derek Queen, but you better because you don't have a pick coming up.
Russell Westbrook, by the way, highest usage rate on the team, I believe. Is that a good idea, Alan?
To keep doing that? I mean, when you're winning, it's cool. When you're losing, and I guess at this point, Whitey, with the report, do we care about Keon's minutes? I mean, is this thing completely cooked like the turkey tomorrow? Does it matter anymore?
Yeah, one of the reasons it's the usage rate is down for a lot of guys on the team is they did shift the focus to, they brought in 2 point guards. Pure point guard, right? True point guards. What does a true point guard do? He brings the ball up. He has the ball a lot.
Yeah.
So that is going to affect some of the time of possession and the usage rate for some of the players. Golden One center on the list. The Beam, of course. Well, I remember somebody around here saying, I don't know if we need to keep that.
It's a holiday special, Whitey. Yeah. And I asked
I don't remember who it was.
I said, if the Kings, and they've only gotten worse since then, but I said, if the Kings don't make the playoffs, should they think about getting rid of the Beam? That was all I asked. It was 3 years ago now. Can we move on?
Everyone can agree on one thing, says Chris Watkins. The Beam is awesome. Shot at you?
Yeah. Chris. I thought we were Chris, my boy.
I don't know.
My boy, man.
Hey,
I didn't even see that.
Watkins throwing out random strays at Styles.
I didn't even see that, dude. I'm going to text him during this break. Are you serious?
Yeah. Hey, when we come right back, are the Kings playing the Colts of the NBA tonight? Next, Alan Styles is here, so you better stick around too, Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Sacramento, the wait is over. The all-new Hard Rock Sports Bar is here at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. Enjoy the ultimate 24/7 sports watching destination with 20 big screens with all the action for the premier game day experience. There's no other place you'd want to be to watch all the games with you and your friends. Now open at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. For more details, visit casino.hardrock.com/Sacramento.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sepp Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sepp Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sepp's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khdk.com.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heat and Air. Right now, breaking news, they're upgrading their offering to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement, and now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free, and they'll give you a second opinion and almost certainly save you money. Oh, but wait, there's more. With winter coming up, how about a free furnace special? With full system installation, you're getting a free furnace, not a discounted furnace, a free furnace, and up to $4,000 in rebates while that funding lasts. So get there right now, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
At Bank of America, we asked our people, how do you take ownership of your career?
I'm able to grow my way by putting the priorities that I have for my career first.
I thrive on being a leader who's behind the team, not in front of the team.
Every few years, I'm being re-energized because I get to do something different and learn something new.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Alan Stiles is here. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and we've already got NBA action going on. Today's action in the NBA, Alan, it's nothing short of cup-tastic. This is a big day for the Emirates Cup.
It is?
Yeah.
I remember someone back in the day said that the Kings were going to win that thing. Do you remember who said that?
I said that last year. I said they're going to beat the Hawks.
You did.
Or maybe that was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You did see something coming with the Hawks.
Yeah.
You were right. They were on their way, right?
You're being a little overly generous, but I appreciate it.
They were on their way.
Uh-huh.
And now they look good.
I'm not going to, go down that well-worn path of, I don't like the cup, but I'm just so tired of it. It just has no impact.
Let me ask you a question, though.
It just annoys me now.
Yeah, why does it annoy you?
Because it's just so useless and needless. That's the thing. It's like, why do we have it? You're
It's
not
just
accomplishing
there.
anything.
It's just there.
I know. That's how I try to be that way. It's like, what does it matter? Maybe the games are a little spicier, but it just irritates me because it seems like it's just being forced down our throats. These games matter. This is for the cup. And then I was watching a Warrior game weeks ago, and they're talking to Joe Lake about the cup, and they were selling tickets to cup games. And he goes, yeah, I really don't pay that much attention to that.
I felt like this season, though, it has been more subtle. Maybe I'm busy, with baby number 2, but it feels like it's like last season was worse.
Because you're older, you're wiser, you're smarter. You mean more subtle?
Yeah.
You feel like they've forced it down our throats less.
I felt like last season there were, and I know they do the what is it, the Vegas, there's always a Vegas commercial, and they're not even going to be in Vegas eventually, or it's only going to be the championship, but felt like last season there were 3 different Casino Royale commercials, and it feels like less.
The one where Blake Griffin is in the car, and
And wait, maybe there's more than one, because there's the one where they're all running. They're running somewhere, and like Anthony Davis is jumping through a window or something. Maybe there's more than one, but yeah, it feels less. And as long as none of them touch the Michelob Ultra, they'll be okay because they can't even celebrate winning at that point.
The thing that drove me crazy is last year they had the actor. I apologize, I don't know his name, but he'd do the promo, and he's sitting there at a blackjack table or something. There's a famous actress with him, but he said, the NBA tournament, the NBA Cup, single elimination. And I'd be like, no, it's not. It's not. I mean, eventually,
the knockout.
It's not single elimination.
Yeah.
But that's how they had to promote it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. I don't know. What's a bigger issue?
Logical Raptors fanatic says, Whitey was holding the ladder when James Naismith hung the peach baskets. That's not true either. But I was there the day someone decided, hey, if you poke a hole in the bottom of the peach basket, you don't have to go up on the ladder. It'll come out.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But
That's a big day.
What's a bigger issue? The Cup or All-Star Weekend?
All-Star Weekend is an embarrassment.
Okay.
I don't even like to talk about it.
I'm just making sure. Well, they're doing international, world versus U.S. this year.
Yeah, but it's not a game, right? I mean, isn't that part of it? Or they're having...
It's 3 mini games like they did last year.
I'm out. You're right. I'm out.
And they, instead of it being at 5 o'clock, I think it's either at like noon or 2 p.m. on Sunday to expedite the process.
Yeah.
No thanks.
We were at the All-Star. I went on Sunday, and being out there is cool, but once whatever it was, the different teams that were playing each other... All right, man, I got to get back to Sacramento.
Good luck. Let me know how this thing
Where'd I park my car, man?
ends up.
Let me get out of here.
Yeah. It's just an embarrassment. We don't need it. That's the thing. You don't need it. And I know it's just about you're making money. Yeah. So
Somebody's making money.
Yeah. Emirates paying them a lot of money, so that's fine. What do you think of the Celtics court? Celtics on now against the Pistons.
Would you say, that's like a Jolly Rancher green to me?
Yeah.
That's a Jolly Rancher green.
But it's traditional because they have the parquet pattern still.
Yeah, and I'm a big Granny Smith apple. That's my apple. I like them green.
Oh, Cosmic Crisp, hello.
No, I like them green. I like them tart. If you're gonna make an apple pie tomorrow, you use Granny Smith.
I actually can't disagree with that.
I split the difference. I'll eat both. I like both Cosmic Crisp and Granny Smith apples.
But he doesn't like pie.
He's another pie hater, like Chris Watkins.
Yep.
So people don't like pie. We're losing recipes. People don't like pie.
I don't really eat sweets, period.
Tomorrow, my mother is
Ramsey's
making
like a horse, but give me an apple, baby. And I'm going to
four
town.
pies. 4 pies. There's too many. Look, there can be too many pies, but it's Thanksgiving. I need a nice pie, and I need ice cream.
Not pecan pie though.
I'll try it.
Okay.
Sweet potato, pumpkin with Cool Whip.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I get down.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Do you make the pie or do you buy it from
I'm
somewhere?
not making no pie.
I'm not saying you. Does someone in the family make it?
They're making pies. You know, I'm on the grill, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you grill.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I heard the ads.
Oh yeah.
You be grilling.
Yes, I'd be grilling.
And you haven't invited me over. What are you grilling? What does Whitey grill? What's
a lot
the
of
number
turkey.
one? Grilling.
Yeah.
Wait.
Excuse me. I said turkey. I meant chicken. I don't know. I got Thanksgiving on the brain. A lot of chicken, thighs. Okay. Thighs is that's kind of I do them very well.
Can't overcook them.
Well. Really?
You'd have to forget about them.
They're juicier, so yeah, I guess
that's
they're
right.
More forgiving. You know, some salmon. Put some salmon on the grill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crispy skin on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the invite, Whitey. I'll
Yeah.
bring the carbs.
Don't hold your breath.
Ramsey will bring the pie.
Well, the grill's kind of been. I haven't had it out in a while.
And we'll move on after this.
Yeah.
I do like grilling in the cold. It just makes me feel like, I'm not going to let the weather dictate.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? Anybody can grill in the summer. I'm out there bundled up.
Yes.
But I'm out there.
I appreciate that. I do.
I'm going to be outside tomorrow, not really grilling, but I'm going to be frying.
Okay. Well, the turkey?
Turkey. And I just went to the store before coming up here. I bought two chickens that throw on the fryer after I fry the turkey in the peanut oil.
Just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful.
Alan, here's the thing. We're watching the Pistons right now, and they're off to a surprisingly good start. We knew last year they were a good team. Tonight, you got the Kings hosting the Phoenix Suns right here on Sactown Sports. The Suns are 11-7. They're currently the 6th seed. That's a surprise. Are the Suns right now, are they the Indianapolis Colts of the NBA? Are they the surprise team?
They
of
are.
The NBA.
They
are the Colts
are.
even the surprise team, or is it the Patriots?
Yeah. I would say that it's the Suns. I'm looking here at just where everybody is at. In the West is pretty pure, right? It's pretty chalk, as you would say. And then you see you're scrolling down, and there's no surprise. Okay, Thunder, Lakers,
There's
Nuggets,
a few
Rockets.
surprises the other way at the very bottom.
Right. But then you see, Suns, 60. What are you doing there, right? And then you see the Clippers dumpster diving with the Kings. So I would say it's definitely the Suns. Are they more of a surprise, Whitey, than the Toronto Raptors? Absolutely not. So Western Conference is easily the Suns, but in general, and we saw it firsthand in that, what was it, the first preseason game where Brandon Ingram went crazy. Yeah, the Raptors definitely the surprise in the NBA right now at 13-5. And why don't we? I know we're out here on the West, but why don't we? I know they haven't done anything yet, but nobody is talking about the Raptors, and they moved on from Masai Ujiri, who did all of this.
Yeah.
But
I think because they don't really have much of an identity.
Okay.
You know, nationally. I mean, if you're a fan, obviously you know, and they have Scotty Barnes, and they have Ingram, and they're doing some nice things, but I think they don't have a very strong brand.
No.
That has nothing to do with them being a good or bad basketball team, but as far as their Q factor, I think that it's all about that.
Can I be honest with you?
I
don't even know if I should say this on the air. Whitey, I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I've seen Scotty Barnes play, and I wouldn't need every finger.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't come up. They don't have national games, right? Mm-hmm. They haven't been were they in a play? I don't think they were in the play-in or whatever it is. I know Scotty Barnes is really good, and in all this purple talk, I have not had time to grind Scotty Barnes film.
That just reminds me of something that a Warrior fan would say after what Toronto did to the Warriors in 2019. Just theoretically, that sounds like a very Warrior fan-ish thing to
what
say.
I'm not watching is Fred VanVleet. Fraudulent. I'm not watching Fred VanVleet. His eye was bleeding, and he was making threes. He changed the course of his career. It was an outstanding series for Fred VanVleet.
I know that was quite a while ago, but man, a lot has changed since then, huh? Because they had Siakam, and they had Kawhi Leonard. No wonder they won the championship.
Didn't they also have OG Anunoby?
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And now...
And I don't think he played. Or he hardly played at all in those finals.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I remember saying, I think that guy's pretty good. If he plays, he could make a difference. Yeah.
Speaking of OG Anunoby, I had a buddy who is a Knicks fan, and he always references, he lives out here. He works, or he owns Legend Has It, which is a vinyl spot right next to Doco. Go check it out. My guy, Jose, and he's a big Knicks fan. And whenever we talk, he says Keegan needs to try to be some version of OG Anunoby. Now, going back to the idea, this is Keegan Murray's team now. This is what DeMar DeRozan said. I do wonder with DeMar DeRozan saying that what that means when we were talking about who is the guy, because if Keegan ends up being OG Anunoby, I think there are a lot of people that would be happy with that, but there are a lot of people that would say, well, we thought he was going to be the guy. It was his team. And OG Anunoby, it's not his team. Jalen Brunson's the guy. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know how people would feel if he ended up being OG Anunoby. I'd be happy.
I think he still has more room to grow potentially than OG Anunoby, who's a really good player. Mm-hmm. But it seems like, and this is part of what's going on with the Kings right now, they're still exploring with Keegan. Well, how much better can you be?
Yeah.
You haven't really had the chance to really explore your growth other than, those spurts here and there with the incredible games that he's had. Mm-hmm. So I think that's still an open question, but I think there's a chance Keegan's a much more overall impactful player. And I say that in no way, shape, or form as a slight to OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
If the Kings had gotten him, it would have changed the whole trajectory of the franchise.
I'm telling you what, I'm so excited to just watch Keegan Murray every night now. I'm just so excited. Go ahead, Whitey.
So Toronto Raptors are the Colts of the NBA, and so maybe the Suns are the
possible is Scotty Barnes.
New England Patriots?
No, because I believe in the Patriots more than I believe in the Suns.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not.
In terms of being a surprise, so maybe they're the Broncos then.
And that defense is real.
Okay, I don't. That's fair enough.
You know what? I'm trying to think of a team because I just don't believe.
Chicago Bears?
Yes.
Okay.
Boom. Sorry, Caleb. Sorry, Ben Johnson, but yes.
The 8-3 Bears with a -3 net.
Yeah, we got you.
Mm-hmm.
We got you. We found you.
Did you hear? Are you friends with Larry Krueger? Do you know Larry Krueger?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So he was on the station today. He was on with John Lund, and I believe I heard him say I was doing some other stuff here. Actually, I was hitting golf balls in the studio. But I think he said, I don't think the Bears win another game.
They got a rough stretch coming, but they'll probably mess around and win one. Whitey, I think the Suns, they might be the Panthers.
Wow.
It was early, a very quick little flash in the pan stretch.
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe, I'm appreciative of what the Suns are doing, but you brought up a great point in the teams that they faced. The Kings aren't as bad as they've been playing. They've been playing some really tough teams. We're done. Can we all just take a deep breath? The trifecta circle of doom is done.
That should have been in your buddy's article about things that Kings fans should be thankful for.
Yeah.
Done with the Thunder and the Nuggets and the Timberwolves.
Timberwolves done with that, man.
Yeah.
So, look.
If the Suns are going to drop like a stone, then another opportunity for your Kings to creep in the play-in standings or further.
It's not, at this point, it's not ability, it's availability. When are these teams, these soft tissue muscles, white? Look, if anybody is playing in the Turkey Bowl, your respective Turkey Bowl tomorrow, be smart, don't do it. But if you are going to do it, stretch.
You gotta do it.
I'm not doing it anymore, and I used to be MVP. No, Whitey, no, don't look at me like that. I used to be MVP. But you got to stretch, because I don't know what's going on with all of these soft tissue injuries. The Suns can't keep anybody healthy. Nobody can keep anybody healthy.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have this conversation later in the season, the war of attrition, but it's just shown up earlier this season. If the Kings can get healthy, they can go on a run, but they can't get healthy like nobody else can get healthy.
Speaking of Turkey Bowl football, if you're going to play any football tomorrow, I used to do this every year when we'd have a football player on, whatever show I was on, and I would ask them, hey, what's the best play for when people have their Thanksgiving game? What's the best play to run?
Right.
And asked a number of guys. The one that I've never forgotten is Charlie Garner. Do you know Charlie Garner? He said, the pick play. He said it works every time. The rub play, the pick play. He says you got to do it. It works every time.
Because you can't call, no one's going to call that.
Right.
No one's going to call offensive. It's like calling a charge and pick a basket. You're not going to do it.
Yes.
It was a
works.
pick.
Yes. You basically have one receiver block the other guy's defender, and he's wide open.
Right.
Touchdown.
And somebody will complain, but you're not going to run it back.
Right.
Look, Whitey, you know what it is with me. I got one. I'm a go route. I got one route.
Not anymore.
No. I'm a possession.
Yes.
I'm a possession guy.
Yes.
I'm a possession guy now, but I used to be a go route guy.
Did Did you have people that could throw it far enough for you to?
Yeah,
as fast as you.
I'm a go-around guy.
Not a burner, but still pretty fast.
And I return punt. And I return the kickoffs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get out the way.
Did you ever play real football, like football? Did you?
Flag.
Okay, no, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just asking if you played, tackle football at any level. Okay, that's
no, you didn't say tackle initially, Whitey.
I know I didn't, but that's what I am asking you. Just
but
so
now
we're
you're changing
clear.
the question on purpose.
Alan, you did not play for your high school that you went to? You didn't play football?
We were focused. It's not about me. Look, the Pistons. They're the Colts. Are they the Colts or not?
There's
yes, they are.
nothing wrong with not playing football.
Yeah, it's not about not playing, right? That just sounds negative.
Oh, you got cut or something?
No,
you didn't make the team?
No, I wouldn't. No, they wanted me. They wanted me.
I got you.
Don't you worry about that. Mm-hmm. To be honest with you, the parentals. My dad. It was my mother. She said no go. It was a no go.
I get that. I think that's increasingly more and more common.
And my dad called me. I think randomly. I'm 35 now. My dad called me about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Man, Al, I was watching the NFL. I think your mom was wrong. A little too late now, Pops.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, Whitey, go route.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Hit us up in the YouTube chat. Who do you think Alan's NFL comp would be?
No, can we?
Just for fun.
Darren Sproles, can we just get it out the way? Let's just get it out the way now.
Yeah, just if you got any thoughts, I'd love to hear them. People are saying I went to high school with Thomas Edison. I'm just rolling with it.
DeAndre Swift, maybe?
Sure, maybe. Mm-hmm. Doug Flutie.
That dude Dortch.
Oh, yeah.
On the Cardinals.
That dude Dortch, yeah. I think you're right.
You see?
You said something about worry. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Don't you think the Minnesota Timberwolves should be pretty worried right now? They're 7th. They're 10-7. That's fine. But the last 2 losses, Alan, they choked away 2 games in a row.
Yeah. Look, I get called a Timberwolves hater by Kyle all the time, but they're in this weird spot where they know what they're missing and they just have not done the correct things to spell it. They moved up and got Rob Dillingham. It hasn't worked out, right? You swung, you missed. Now you compound the issue by trying to make Dante DiVincenzo your pseudo point guard. The Kings got 12 point guards. They went from 0 to 12, but they still don't have the right one, depending on who you ask. The Timberwolves just said, no, we're still going to do the Mike Conley thing, but Rob Dillingham still isn't good enough, so we're going to make Dante DiVincenzo. Can we get a list of the amount of times the hybrid moves from shooting guard to point guard has worked? Because I got one off the top of my head. And it's really, this guy's a future Hall of Famer. And the one that I have off the top of my head is James Harden, right? There's James Harden. They keep doing it in Phoenix with Devin Booker. No, he doesn't have to be point guard this season. But then he has to be point guard this
really
season.
Hard.
They keep doing it. And the Timberwolves, we've seen it time and time. No, it hasn't worked. No, it'll work with us. And I guess they figured, well, Dante DiVincenzo can't shoot right now anyway, so you might as well pass the rock. But it's not working. Mm-hmm. It's not working because, and even if they had a point guard, I think Ant just has the ball in his hands too much anyway.
Yeah, and Conley can come in and I know he doesn't start, but I mean he's a pure point guard.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he's just purely 47.
Yeah, but I think Dillingham not getting there yet has really kind of held them back a little bit. But still, that's they had a 9-point lead with a minute to go against the Suns. They lost that. And the Kings, they had that 10-point lead with about 3 minutes to go, taking nothing away from the Kings' comeback. But you could see that happening because Minnesota's offense was starting to bog down.
Yeah.
I mean, there was they needed a basket. They just weren't capable of getting one.
There was one play in overtime. It just looked like Ant was tired. And what did he have, 43, 44? And he just walked up. I think they might have been down 2 possessions at that point. And he literally just shot a 3. Just felt like, you know what? Bleep it. What are we doing? It was the most nonchalant 3. He bricked it. And at that point, there was nothing to run, right? They weren't doing anything. It was bizarre, to be honest with you.
Let's see. We have some NFL comps for you.
Oh, my God.
Mac Herron. That goes back a long. Who was Mac Herron? You might want to look him up. I think he was with the Patriots. Doug Flutie, I'd mentioned Doug Flutie. Ontario Smith, who was an outstanding running back.
My good friend Ontario Smith
played for the Vikings a little bit, didn't he?
Shout out Grant High School.
Yeah,
Mac Herron.
I vaguely remember Mac Heron played in the 70s.
5'6".
Yeah, that's right.
I got a perfect one that hasn't been mentioned. Tyler Lockett.
I like that.
There you go.
I like that because you know what? Because I know what Ramsey's doing too. Because have you seen the compilation of Tyler Lockett just falling over? He just doesn't get tackled. Ramsey, you got me, man. Because I'm just falling over. I don't need to. Oh well, hey, Ontario Smith, he's 6'2", so I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, local legend.
That's right.
Yeah, and then after the game, Alan, you went down, you gave yourself up there before you hit the marker. Yeah, well, my mom isn't really crazy about me playing football, guys. So,
you know what? If the timelines were different, all I could have done is just shown my mom Tyler Lockett highlights and said, "I'm not going to get touched.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get touched." Mm-hmm. You know, it was that simple.
Sounds like there's still a little piece of you that wishes you'd.
You're always going to wonder, would I be here or I'd be retired right now? You know, I'd be retired with the ring on my finger. Mm-hmm. You know, what's so funny?
We'll never know.
No, but I don't understand the laughing.
I was watching Seinfeld last night. When we come back, the 49ers, are they not sitting on the threshold of an actual bona fide quarterback controversy? As long as we're talking about football, we'll kick that around with Alan Stiles and you on Sactown Sports next.
This Sponsor the Clock is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Future Ford.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect increasing clouds with patchy fog developing overnight with light winds. Temperatures dropping off into the 40s. We'll see temperatures warming into the mid to upper 50s with partly cloudy skies Thursday afternoon. Get the latest forecasts on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
It's the Black Friday Sell-a-thon at your Future Ford dealers. Get unbelievable pricing on F-150, Bronco, Explorer, Mach-E, and more. The best Ford is a Future Ford. So hurry to Future Ford Lincoln in the Roseville Auto Mall and Future Ford of Sacramento at I-80 in Madison.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com. Or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The keys are in your hand with Sky River Casino's $200,000 table games exclusive BMW giveaway. Earn entries daily with a qualifying hand on any table game. Plus, get double entries every Monday and Tuesday. Prizes are awarded every Friday with a guaranteed 2026 BMW 530i winner on November 28th and December 26th. Visit skyriver.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or over.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. What would a Maverick do? Because you're a Maverick too. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply. Give to get with no gimmicks.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell me what's going on for the big Black Friday sales event.
Well, they say you got to finish strong, so that's what we're doing at Hoblet. Right now, you can save up to $14,500 off MSRP on all remaining new 2025 Ram heavy duties.
I want to make sure you meant to say all heavy duties.
That's what I said. $14,500 off MSRP on all remaining new 2025 Ram heavy duties, with some starting as low as $48,995. It's savings like this that make Hoblet one of the top Ram dealers in America. Plus, with over 400 new heavy-duty Rams available, your new Ram is waiting at HobletDodge.com.
Don't miss your chance to search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$14,500 total net savings on select new 2025 Ram 2500 Laramie and Rebels after $4,500 factory rebates and $10,000 dealer discounts. 5 of this net savings, $48,995 net price on 2025 Ram 2500 Tradesmans. Rebates include $2,000 select inventory cash, $500 on the job upfit for eligible upfit. VIN number 525142. See dealer for details.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Especially this time of year. Today would have been his birthday. Years ago, we were having Thanksgiving dinner, and I was probably about 5, Ellen, and I didn't really, I was kind of picking at it, and I loved at the time fried chicken TV dinner.
Okay.
That was my favorite thing to eat. So I'm sitting there, and everyone's enjoying the feast, and I'm just not really like, this turkey. My dad says, "What's the matter? You don't like it?" And I was like, you don't, it's great. And my mom says, "Would you like something else?" And I'm like, I'm getting pranked here. And she said, "How about, would you like a TV dinner? We want everyone to have something that they want." And I was like, this is the greatest Thanksgiving ever. Really, I was so happy. I just loved the coating of the banquet fried chicken, whatever it was. Next day, my dad takes me to see Santa Claus. And so for some reason, there was no one else there. It was before they opened or something. My dad worked for the newspaper. Maybe he had an inn or something. And so we're waiting for Santa Claus at this store in Vallejo. And so Santa Claus finally comes in. "Hey, it's Santa Claus." And Santa goes, "Ho, ho, ho, little boy, how are you?" And my dad's there, and there's these women that work at the store. And Santa Claus asked me, "So did you have a nice turkey dinner yesterday?" And I go, I had a TV dinner, Santa. My dad gave me a TV dinner, but he had a turkey dinner. And all the women are looking at him like, "What?" And he's going, no, that's what he wanted. And I had no idea as a kid, but looking back on that, my dad was mortified. All these people were like, "What?"
Wow.
Is this a Kevin Whitey Gleason A Christmas Story here?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, really. And I was so happy.
Yeah.
My dad had a turkey dinner, Santa, but he gave me a TV dinner. And they're like, "What?"
And there's no way, he can't explain himself.
Right, he tried, as I recall.
Yeah.
No, that's what he likes.
And they're like, "Sure, that's what he likes." That's what you tell him, huh? Wow, Whitey.
Yeah.
Well, happy heavenly birthday to you,
Thank
Dad.
you. Appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving. Wasn't a very happy Monday night for the 49ers, was it, Alan? I know they won and everything, but for Brock Purdy fans especially, kind of an anxious evening.
Yeah, it was a bit bizarre. Odd feeling because you won, but they almost felt like they shouldn't have won, but Bryce Young just said, I'm going to outdo how bad you are. I guess we can give some kudos to the Niners defense, but that was just a sham of a performance from the Panthers. And that's why I think Niner fans were just a bit confused.
Well, on passes that traveled from 0 to 10 yards, Brock Purdy was 17 for 19 for 141 yards and a touchdown. So what's the problem?
What's the problem? The problem is we have eyes or ears. And it just didn't look and didn't sound good.
And the throws further than 10 yards, he was 1 for 7 for 25 yards and 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's a passer rating of 2.38.
That is awful. That is awful. And then the post game, all good decisions, just got to drive the ball more. Whitey, there was a compilation of his throws, and, Raider guy over here, I used to get on Derek Carr for the lollipops, right? Derek Carr never felt like he had a ton of zip.
He
on
really
his
was
ball.
Charlie Checkdown, by the way.
Right? Derek Carr? Yeah. And when he tried to go deep, it looked very lollipoppy. And Brock Purdy, who never had a cannon per se, those balls that he was throwing on Monday, Whitey, everything was just loft. Somebody said, speaking of your dad, somebody said one of the comments was, Brock looks like he's playing catch with his old man. That's what it looked. There was just no oomph on anything.
Yeah, there's certain times in a game where it's right or makes sense to take a shot. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But he was taking shots when it was like, no.
Yeah.
You could run for the first down there or throw underneath. So that was the alarming thing to me. The decision, even though Kyle, to your point, Kyle Shanahan says, no, he threw the ball the right spot, just a hair late. Some of those decisions, like, well, why would you do something that risky? There's no reason to do that.
Yeah, and I've coined the terms, Whitey, not these literal terms, but the issue that Brock has been having dealing with multiple personalities.
I saw that.
It's the Brock star versus Mr. Irrelevant. Now, we know Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the draft. Hey, I'm just trying to do I'm just trying to run the game plan, whatever Kyle Shanahan wants. The Brock star is when he tries to turn into a gunslinging cowboy and tries to make a little bit too many plays. Now, we've seen the Brock star show up, and it has worked out, but there has to be a balance there. And right now, you either get one or the other. And even before he got injured, even towards the end of last season, he goes Brock star, and it's just, brother, what are you doing?
Yeah, one of the things I'll say for Jimmy G, remember Jimmy G? He would throw an interception, and he was pretty good at shaking it off and bouncing back from that. But it seemed as if Monday night, Brock Purdy made a bad throw, and then he was more determined to do it again and make it work. I
thought you were going to say make it worse.
Well, that's what he ended up doing. But it wasn't like, I'll shake it off. It's like, oh, no, I can. He was almost stubborn about it. And then you got the forecast for this Sunday in Cleveland from NFLweather.com. Temps in the 30s, chance of rain, wind gusts up to 21 miles per hour.
And you got Myles Garrett, who's averaging 3 sacks a game or something insane like that. Look, it's funny, Whitey, because I want to sit here and say and go Schmal and Miles on you and say Christian McCaffrey over, right? Brian Robinson over. But what if I think what the Browns are obviously going to do is say, no, we're not going to let you run the football. You got to throw that thing around and see what happens. And I worry. The whole thing is just it could be a carbon copy of this last game because can the Browns score on the Niners? And I am not very confident that they can. But I'm not confident that the Niners are going to put up 20 points against the Browns.
I'll tell you another manner in which I think the 49ers were fortunate. Carolina didn't run the ball. When they ran the ball, they had success.
Just bizarre. I don't know if they tried to remember the whole thing with the Seattle Seahawks when Russell Wilson threw the pick, and did they want him to be the hero? I don't know if maybe the Panthers thought this is our turn to show what Bryce Young. Oh, you showed us.
Yeah,
he's all yours.
Yeah,
he's all yours.
They averaged. Dowdle averaged more than 6 yards a carry.
Yeah,
he only carried a ball like 5 or 6 carries. Or
how bad was that line in Dallas? Because he looked like a completely different person last season.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he carried such a heavy load a couple games there, put up massive numbers if he got hurt or something, but he ran the ball well against the 49ers when they allowed him to run. So my point is this. I know here we go again with Brock Purdy. if he struggles again, and there's a really good chance that he struggles given the defense they're facing, given the conditions, then I think if he struggles, especially if they somehow lose this game, we're going to, Alan, you and I and every 49er fan's going to be talking about you know what next week. I mean, legitimately talking about, hey, they got to put the other quarterback in.
It's funny, Whitey, because there are two conversations here. There's a conversation about what fans and obviously prognosticators, what we'll and analysts, what we'll all talk about. Then there's what the Niners will do. And that was the initial conversation. Because I can already hear Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan loves Brock Purdy, and he makes excuses for Brock Purdy. And that's okay, because when you like somebody and you've paid them $50 million a year, you're going to make excuses for them. He made excuses for him against the Panthers. He said they were good decisions. They didn't end up being good decisions. The bizarre thing is Brock saying he got to drive it more. Is this a situation, Whitey, where he needs to trust that the turf toe is good to go? Because if he can't, and he's claiming, so you're healthy, so maybe you got to trust it more. What's going on there? But I just see so many excuses already, Whitey. Whether they win or lose to the Browns, it's going to be the weather. Then after that, I mean, I just don't think it's possible for them to lose to the Titans. And then you get to a game, and who knows where the Colts will be at by this point. But then you would go to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.
Those last 3 games are potentially very difficult.
Yeah, those last 3 games. So they got to figure it out within these next 2. But to what you're saying, Whitey, I think Brock could play like a trash can against the Browns, and they're just going to blame it on the weather. Because I don't think – it felt like Kyle Shanahan said enough. Right? And just give it to Christian McCaffrey and Brian Robinson time and time again. I think
they didn't take shots down the field.
No,
in the
and I
half.
think because of the weather, Brock will be saved from himself. Is a long-winded way of saying I think Brock will be saved from himself against the Browns.
Yeah.
And the Browns aren't going to score.
You touched on one of the keys, but it's just unknowable. How is the toe feeling? We probably will never, ever know if it is still bothering him. And if it is still bothering him to the point that you can't drive the ball downfield as well as you normally would, then they don't have to tell us that, but that's something that will impact your game plan.
And then that's a completely different conversation to Mac Jones is as good or better than Brock Purdy. Then it turns into a healthy Mac Jones is better than a not healthy Brock Purdy, which protects them. So now it's not about you made a bad investment, whatever it is. You're protecting your investment. So especially with no Nick Bosa, no Fred Warner, this probably isn't your Brandon Ayuk is just floating somewhere. So what's the point of the investment you just made, putting him out there and risking further injury when this probably isn't your year? You didn't make the trades at the trade deadline as if you thought it was your year, so here we are.
But if he's healthy, and they say he is, a healthy Brock Purdy is better than a healthy Mac Jones.
Yes.
He's just better.
Yes.
So if he is healthy and whatever happened to him last week, then yeah, you have a chance to win a playoff game.
Whitey, if them lollipops come out again, then you got to make a decision. Hell, I don't care what they're telling us. It's the eye test. They're lollipops.
By the way, Bryce Young, 33% of the passes he throws, you could legally call intentional grounding on because there's nobody near him.
He's so bad. So bad.
You know, I don't know if there's some miscommunication. It's like,
no.
Back to throws, like, ooh, who was that to? Just randomly, yeah, that's intentional grounding.
Yeah, and he's just looking around. No emotion, just there. He's just existing. He's bizarre. Just move on. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to get the Allen Styles of quarterbacks.
Who's that?
Kyler Murray.
Oh, okay. All right. So you think we will not have a quarterback controversy next week?
No.
Because even if they play poorly, there will be that built-in excuse.
Yep.
But will fans buy that?
If they win, and I think they'll win.
When we come back, the NFL slogan power rankings. Is there something that Kings can learn from them? Next. I think you're going to enjoy this, Alan. Coming up on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect increasing clouds with patchy fog developing overnight with light winds. Temperatures dropping off into the 40s. We'll see temperatures warming into the mid to upper 50s with partly cloudy skies Thursday afternoon. Get the latest forecasts on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Black Friday deals are here at the Roseville Auto Mall. Drive away in a great vehicle at the best deal during our Black Friday sales event. 20 top brands and thousands of vehicles in stock daily with savings as big as the selection. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey everybody, it's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Now for the last 2 years, I've been sharing the great experience I've had being a customer of Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the sales department to the service department, they're top notch. And now is the perfect time for you to have the MB of Stockton experience. The Mercedes-Benz holiday celebration is on, and that means you can get super low rates on new and certified pre-owned models. Plus, they'll throw in 3 years of prepaid maintenance on select models. They make it easy and affordable for you to drive away in the car of your dreams. And if you have a trade-in, well, they're looking for all vehicles to purchase. Any makes, any models, just holler at my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. The Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration is the gift that keeps on giving. So take the short drive down I-5 and visit my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. And while you're there, tell them Drape sent you.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heat and Air. Right now, breaking news, they're upgrading their offering to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy Home Pros. You hear me talk about them as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement, and now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free, and they'll give you a second opinion and almost certainly save you money. Oh, but wait, there's more. With winter coming up, how about a free furnace special? With full system installation, you're getting a free furnace, not a discounted furnace, a free furnace, and up to $4,000 in rebates while that funding lasts. So get there right now, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
KNCI's Country in the Park is back May 8th and 9th, Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert, Sean Party, Chris Young, and Pike Troubadour, Scott, and more. Line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, huge festival area, food trucks. KNCI's Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Tickets are on sale now at CITPFest.com.
Black Friday savings start now. Get your best deal through the end of the month at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
With Black Friday savings during Happy Honda Days, own or lease your new Honda Accord or Civic today. Your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Sure, we got the Kings and the Suns tonight. We were just talking about Brock Purdy, but Sacramento, for the time being, is a baseball town. We have Alan Stiles with us today. Alan Stiles is a baseball player, and we have baseball news. The Toronto Blue Jays have reached an agreement with free agent right-hander Dylan Cease on a 7-year contract worth $210 million, according to the New York Post, Alan.
I'm just glad something is starting to happen. I know, didn't know, but it didn't feel like the Giants were going to cash out like that. So maybe this will start the wheels turning here. And that's a lot of money, Whitey. 7 years, $210 million.
7th largest free agent deal ever given to a starting pitcher whose ERA last year was 4.5.
Yeah, the Blue Jays, they got revenge on their mind, and they're going to do what they can to get back. They're still in a division with the Red Sox and the Yankees, so spending is just the nature of the beast. I think the one that'll burn for me as a Giants fan is all of this buzz with Imai, with Tatsuya Imai, who's coming over from the KBO. That's the one for me.
Me too.
That if the Giants don't get him, it would hurt, because I don't know if you saw his comments about,
sure did.
I don't want to kick it with Yamamoto and Shohei. I want to beat them.
Yep.
There is no better team than the Giants to join. So if the Giants don't get him, that's the one that would break me. His deal won't be as big as a Dylan Cease or a Framber Valdez, and the Giants have said they don't want to spend that type of money. So if they don't get him, that one will hurt.
And to quickly double back to what Stiles was saying about the Red Sox, they just picked up Sonny Gray yesterday as well in the trade.
That's right.
So, I mean, there's wheels turning, and I mentioned it as a comp to something we were talking about yesterday, and the Mets got Marcus Semien for Brandon Nimmo on Sunday or Monday as well. So, I mean, the wheels are starting to turn, but as you said before, we haven't really got to the true free agency yet in Major League Baseball.
It's amazing how much today we've been talking about Toronto, the Raptors and the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Sports Town.
Logical Raptors fanatic is loving it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sports Town. Hey, I'll speak for myself, want Major League Baseball ratings to do well, and when you got a whole country behind you, the Blue Jays, those ratings crushed it. So I'm all in on the Blue Jays. They did trick off that World Series, though. They did.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did. What was the single biggest gacking they did in that series?
Oh, my goodness. I don't know. It's hard to choose, but that double, when they had, what was it, the tying run on third? It was second and third.
Yeah, IKF.
No outs, and they hit into they swung first pitch for the first out, got jammed, firewood. Then second, it was
game 6 you're talking about.
Yeah, the double play. That's the one that speaks to me the most, but time after time.
For me is when Isaiah Kiner-Falefa had a chance to tag from third to home. I think that was game 7.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't take a large enough lead.
That's right. That's right. It was, I think it was the ground ball.
Yeah.
Right? It was a ground ball.
Yeah.
And he kind of mini double clutched it and still got him because, I mean.
And some people think he didn't take a bigger lead because he didn't want to get doubled off like they had the night before.
Well, look, now they're in the hole $200 million. So Dylan Cease, congrats.
Yeah. Now, speaking of chuckers of the ball, I know we were just talking about Brock Purdy, and you had something else you wanted to add about Brock Purdy and the wisdom of his deal?
Yeah.
Speaking of big money deals as well?
Look, before I get into this, and I'm just going to caveat it here, Brock Purdy was my number 7 quarterback going into, I think it was going into this season or going into, I've had him top 10, right? But it gets to a point where everyone thinks that you have these narratives that you don't like Brock, or what were they saying? You're a draftist because he got drafted so low. The bottom line is this, Whitey.
They say this about you, I take it.
They say about me, but they also say about Brock Purdy.
Okay.
Right? And the bottom line is this. Brock Purdy took over. He had the elbow issue, okay? And that ended his season. He came back. Next season, let's not forget, 2024, he had that nerve issue, the weird nerve issue. Okay, cool, still good to go. You pay him $50 million a year now, and now he has turf toe. For a guy, Whitey, this isn't Josh Allen, this isn't Cam Newton. He's the processor. You got the process in Philly. Brock Purdy's the processor. That's what he does. He's not known for his physical prowess, his physicality. He's not known for his extreme athleticism.
He's known for his cerebellum.
So So he was already a bit behind the 8 ball, relatively speaking. Now you add in a couple, one major elbow issue and nerve damage, and now a turf toe. I know turf toe heals, but anybody that has a question about Brock Purdy is very simple. I mean, good story or not, objectively speaking, this is worrisome to me.
Yes.
It's worrisome.
And especially to me because it looks like the processor is what was malfunctioning Monday night.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
so that's the one thing that, no.
You got the processor, and then the wing also, it's already lost a little juice.
Right.
And it didn't have a lot to begin with.
For?
I mean, Colin Cowherd went viral because he called him right-handed Tua.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would say that because
Well, you did just bring it up.
I'm not a fan of Brock is better than Tua.
Yeah.
But you got to play better than Tua to be considered better than Tua.
We got the Kings tonight, of course, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the Kings have had, I think they now have more wins than slogans, but they've had a lot of slogans this year, right? Yes. For a while there, it was like more slogans than wins. All right. It's now they're right side up in that. But we have Scott Perry and his 6 pillars.
Yep.
Can you remember what they are? And if you can, it's fine. That's my point. Is it takes you a while to go, okay, competitive, tough.
No, I'm not even going to.
Disciplined, team-oriented.
Yeah.
It needs to be catchier. NFL coaches have a lot of these mantras now. And Ben Johnson of the Bears, he says, when these slogans are going well, he says, it's great. He says, when it's not going well, it's cheesy and stupid. But when you're winning, it's awesome. So I wanted to look at some of these NFL team slogans and see if the Kings maybe can take something from this. The Rams, and you tell me what you think of these, Alan. For the Rams, we then me. That's their slogan.
So this is almost cool or corny. Okay?
Yeah.
We then me. Cool.
Okay. The Seahawks, 12 as one.
Corny.
The Steelers, the standard is the standard.
Super corny.
The Washington Commanders, hard S with good people.
More corny than the Steelers. Now the Steelers one doesn't sound as bad.
Now we get into some acronyms, and that's maybe where the Kings want to lead. The Bengals, physical, hungry, accountable teammate, fat.
Come on, man. Come on. Corny.
The Los Angeles Chargers, there every day, Ted.
Whitey. Actually, can I change something?
Yeah.
I actually like the Steelers. The standard is the standard.
Is the standard?
It's better than what you just said to me.
I mean, that's a Mike Tomlin drop.
Yeah.
So you're lowering the bar a little bit when
right.
you're hearing
now the Steelers actually don't sound that bad now.
The 49ers, what it takes, or WIT.
It's fine. It's more cool than corny, but it's not great.
The Ravens, what's important now? Win.
I like that. I'll say cool.
Yeah. The Texans, special work ethic and relentless mindset. Swarm.
No. Just
Swarm
no.
is like, yeah, but then you find out, what does it stand for? Oh,
just say swarm. Corny.
Patriots, let's see. They have working man shirts that they wear to the facility. DTF, details, technique, and fundamentals.
What are we doing?
And then the Giants, apparently, according to Diana Rossini, for years, they went by smart, tough, dependable. And that you can't really, that's not a good. Yeah, you don't really.
What? Is this stuff supposed to get out?
I don't know.
Is this supposed to be public knowledge?
Maybe not. It wasn't really intended for a public audience, but do you see my point that maybe the Kings need to kind of pare down Scott Perry's 6 pillars so it's
what are
something
the pillars?
we can they're responsible.
I got them pulled up if you want me to read them.
No, I know I can remember it. Oh, it's professional, accountable, competitive, tough, team-oriented, and disciplined.
Yes, sir.
Packed Todd, but that's not catchy. So maybe just pare it down. And I don't have what the answer would be, but something that's like, our pillars.
What was the last one?
The last one, the smart, tough, dependable?
No, the last one in the Kings, for the Kings.
Disciplined?
Yeah.
Team-oriented, disciplined?
Just start with the beginning. PD. Just skip the others.
Okay.
PD.
PD is professional and disciplined?
Yeah. PD on 3, PD on me. 1, 2, 3, PD.
What do you think? What do you think, Ramsey?
We are the Sac PD.
Don't do that.
Kings PD.
Don't do that.
PD on 3.
It's a start.
There's too many.
Pad, or if you're professional, accountable, and disciplined.
Yeah,
pad.
just cut one.
Okay. Why the Kings need to move Domas next when we come back, if we come back to Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-329-2121. That's 800-329-2121.
Some nights just call for something better. A place above the noise, where the skyline glows and the energy feels effortless. That place is Revival at the Sawyer, Sacramento's rooftop escape. All November long, show your Sactown Sports app and enjoy buy one, get one half off beverages. Whether it's golden hour with friends or late night laughter under the city lights, Revival's the place to see and the place to be seen. Revival at the Sawyer, the view, the vibe, the moment. Reserve your table at revivalsacramento.com. Offer valid once per visit per person.
It's taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino. With 18 elevated restaurants, bars, and lounge destinations that include SR Prime Steakhouse, 32 Brews, Dragon Boat, and The Market. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun and experience the height of hospitality. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. What would a Maverick do? Because you're a Maverick too. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply. Give to get with no gimmicks.
Get Black Friday savings during the Happy Honda Days excitement going on now at Stockton Honda, Northern California's best Honda dealer. You'll score big with low payments, top trade-in value, and a huge selection of new Hondas. Don't wait. The clock is ticking at StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Growing your business? It's all about having the right team on the court. At Bank of Marin, we partner with businesses in the greater Sacramento area, delivering personalized service and local expertise to help you make a slam dunk. Whether it's customized lending or solutions to keep your business growing, you'll benefit from local decision making, expanding, acquiring additional assets, or building a lasting banking relationship. We're ready for tip-off. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140. The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Have you talked about this, Alan? We have Alan Stiles with us today. I don't think you have. I listen to your show all the time, and I know we didn't address it on the afternoon show. How did the Kings go from a team that against Atlanta and Memphis looked like they flat out quit to bounce back and play the way they have the last two nights? How can that be? I don't pretend to know the answer. I don't know if the veterans switch flipped, if they realized, we maybe have a chance to get out of here. I don't know, but it's just curious. The last game they played with so much effort and intensity, and the Malik save at the baseline was the symbol of that. But those two games that I just referenced, they flat out looked like they didn't care. How is the same team capable of both of those efforts? I don't know.
Keegan.
Okay.
I mean, he did play in that Grizzlies game, but that was his first game back.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I do think it took a lot of pressure off them, Whitey. The lineups, I mean, bless Doug Christie's soul, the lineups they were trying to cook up without having, we were talking about all these guys, the Jalen Johnsons, all these guys, and not having anyone to just stop the bleeding at all. In Keegan Murray or anyone like him, and Precious Achiuwa is doing his thing, I would say. But I think Keegan's a big part of it. And I would say this. I mean, the reality is, a lot of people were talking crazy after that Grizzlies game. I was one of them. I think that was just, they decided that was going to be rock bottom. So I think it's a combination of things. I think it was Keegan returning and getting tons of minutes, right, and being aggressive and being ready to go, and just a level of embarrassment.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassment. I mean, that was bad, Whitey. And somebody said, I think it was you on Crosstalk, there weren't a lot of games that night. Was it a Thursday or something weird like that? And
it might have been Kyle.
And everybody was talking about the Kings just getting absolutely blasted.
Right.
And I think I don't know. What's so funny, Whitey? No reports of any team meetings or anything this season, but I would imagine that there was some form, because it wasn't that Thunder game. Yeah, that Thursday night when nobody else was really playing and everyone was saying, good Lord, what is going on with the Kings?
And we went from Coach Christie after the Atlanta game going ballistic to after the Memphis game being more, and yet somehow they found the ability to play with more effort.
How could we forget, Whitey? The Sam Amick banger of an article. Y'all gone anyway. Scott Perry said, look, figure it out because we're making calls. And they said, all right, let's figure it out here.
Right.
I mean, I think it's a combination of those things.
I have thought of that. It's like, wait, we got other. Hold on. Well, you know what? I think we will have to. I don't think we're going to be able to talk to him today. I apologize. Yeah. Please tell him we apologize. We didn't. Stevie Johnson was just checking in, and did you want to talk to Stevie Johnson? I don't know that tell him my apologies. We didn't know he was with us today. And have a great Thanksgiving. Yes. Appreciate that. Yeah. Anyway.
Love you, Stevie.
Yeah. Thank you, Stevie. 707. I was wondering if perhaps what happened was the veterans, as I alluded to, they see this like, wow, we got a chance to get out of here. Maybe we're going to be out of here. Well, we might as well show the other teams what we can do.
No, I think there is a level of that too. You think about it, Whitey, and it takes me back to, I know, high school football, the championships or all the playoffs are going on right now, and you get in that locker room, and what do they say? They say, this is the last time, even if you're a senior, even if you're a freshman or a sophomore or a junior, this is the last time you will ever play with this specific team again. This could be your last night. You lose this not could be, should be, whenever the state championship is, that's it. And I think the Kings, that article dropped, and they go into every game thinking this could literally be the last time. They seem to like each other, right? And this could be the last time we ever play together.
Yeah. We had Jerry Reynolds on last week, and I asked him, hey, given that the veterans look like there's some things going on, understandably, and you're trying to develop young players, do you have to be concerned when you're putting a team together and you're trying to develop the youngsters? Do you have to be concerned that the dissatisfaction of the veterans can actually create an environment that's not great for raising younger players, if you will?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, you got to be concerned about that. But my point is this: when we saw DeMar DeRozan go down in the last game and everybody from the bench comes over, it looks like this is a team that's still together.
Yeah.
Veterans and young players.
Well, I do think there is a level of why Scott Perry, and I know there's been some conversations about why DeMar DeRozan is still on this team, and were there enough bites out there? Did he want to be here? But they are good vets, and DeMar DeRozan has been lauded by everyone in the league for being a good vet. So I think they are still together, Whitey, and even before the article came out, a lot of them maybe knew where they stood. I know Malik Monk, when we had him on, talked about how transparent, the most transparent GM he's ever worked with in Scott Perry. So I just think that there has been a level of, we know where we stand. Things got rough. We needed to get slapped in the face, however many times it was, 7, 8 times. And that last slap, that new slap boxing that they'll have on TV, that last slap nearly knocked them out. And they said, all right, let's put some pride in this thing, even if it's not going to be together forever. And there's a level of, well, I want to go to a contender. I don't want to go to a bad team. So what's Scott going to be on the phone saying about me? And they're on notice. So to your point about them staying together, I think they do have really good vets in the locker room for that. And Scott Perry told us that was the goal. They might not work on the court, literally, but off the court, they seem to have a connection.
Are you going to have Michael Scotto on your show Monday? Perhaps? I can follow up on?
I'm definitely trying to have him on next week. Yeah. Sure.
He, of course, had a lot of things to say about the Kings today at Hoops Hype. One of the things he pointed out was Domantas Sabonis has been, according to Michael Scotto, frustrated with his role in the Kings' new offense. Sabonis has been disappointed with Sacramento's downward trajectory since reaching the playoffs and his usage at times under Coach Doug Christie, league sources told Hoops Hype. If this is the way it's all trending, where the Kings are going to de-emphasize Domas's role in the offense, then to me, it would really be beneficial to move off of him if you can get something significant. I'm not saying dump him, but my point is, you're basically, if you're going to run the offense through other people, you're paying him for things that you're not allowing him to do for you anymore.
Yes, and that is the Sabonis conundrum, right? This team, wherever he goes next, if he stays in Sacramento, the team is probably going to reach its apex if he's doing less. But you decided to pay him like a number 1, number 2 guy. And if you don't allow him to do that, you're overpaying him. And right now, he's overpaid because he's not doing that.
Yeah, and his usage rate is down. Usage rate, by the way, is really not a great stat for a guy like him, because did you know usage rate doesn't take into account assists? And he has a lot of assists. But anyway,
less than he used to have.
He's getting the ball. He's getting fewer touches, but so is DeMar. So does Zach LaVine. So what's going on? Well, you brought in 2 point guards who are going to be handling the ball. That's what a true point guard does. So that's all understandable. But Domas, you can see that he's not entirely sure why his role isn't what it was. And that's all I'm saying. He can still help you, and he's a good player. But, you're paying him to do things that right now is like, we don't need you to do that anymore. So what's the point of that?
But Whitey, he was the first thing he said. And I thought it sounded like a shot, honestly. I know him and Malik are fairly close. I was just watching something, and, on NBA TV, they'll have the little it's like when you go to a game, they do mini interviews and things, and he said Malik is the funniest guy on the team. So I'm not trying to allude to anything there.
Right.
But that the post-game presser or the end-of-season presser, he didn't even let the reporter finish the question. He said, point guard. We need a point guard. We need a point guard. Now, the problem is they got 2. So maybe that was the disconnect. Maybe it was, hey, if we go get Dennis Schroeder, and Scott Perry said we felt like we needed 2. I don't know, Whitey. Maybe they go get Dennis Schroeder, and then you're running more Domas-centric things when it's not Dennis Schroeder time. Maybe that was the miss, and you got to be careful what you wish for. It reminds me of, as we're coming up on the holidays, my dad sometimes would buy me stuff that I didn't necessarily ask for, right? And I'm not trying to be, like a snotty-nosed kid or whatever.
Yeah, that's a flex from Al.
No, I'm just saying.
My dad bought me stuff I didn't even want.
But he would buy me shoes that I don't like the shoes, right? But now I have the shoes, and thank you for getting me shoes. But you could have asked me what shoes I wanted, right?
Right.
So Domas, he says he wants a point guard, and Scott Perry says, how about I get you 2? And he says, well, I didn't ask for 2.
Maybe.
I didn't ask for 2. I still want to do some point guard stuff, but now there's no time for him to do point guard stuff.
Right.
But then they got 2 point guards.
It's impossible to know because we don't actually know for sure how he feels, right? If we're being honest. Yeah, he's been disappointed with the downward trajectory. Well, of course he has. Let's hope so. And his usage at times under Doug Christie, according to league sources. And then you have people that say, well, he's always complaining. Maybe, but let's not leap to conclusions. I know that's what we do here.
I mean, the
in
conclusions, Whitey. The conclusions, going back to Mike Brown, they've leaped. They've already leaped. We were just talking about it.
Yeah.
He is the I think a lot of people believe he is. I mean, Matt George said no. He is one of the reasons. He's the face of it.
Yeah.
Now, I've never talked to Domantas Sabonis and asked him, are you part of the reason Mike Brown is no longer here? So I'm not going to speak to stuff that I did not.
It's fair to say that is widely believed to be the case.
That is there you go, Whitey. You sounded like a tweet from an aggregator. There is a belief growing.
A widely held belief that he was one of the reasons Mike Brown's no longer the coach.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
There is a feeling around league circles.
Yeah. So now you have this, and it's easy to say, sounds like maybe now he's unhappy with this situation. And we don't know that for a fact. But it's just clear, based on the moves they made, that, his usage rate is going to go down. The interesting thing to me is his role in the half court. When this offense is really popping, sometimes it's like 5 out, draw and kick. And, Domas is, when they built the offense around him, the DHO stuff, and he would kind of read where the opposing center was going, and then he could make the decisions, and they're kind of trending away from that. Mike Brown built the offense on that, and they're going another way now, so I could see how that would be difficult for him, but he should have seen it coming.
He didn't like it, clearly, or he didn't like something. Maybe he thought whatever allegedly, widely believed, whatever was the widely believed.
You know what he didn't like about Mike Brown?
Tell me,
I would
please.
bet you money.
Please.
You had games where they would win. Mike Brown, you were probably in there. Mike Brown would say, people go, Domas is great. And he'd say, well, yeah, that's what he's paid to do. Him and Fox, that's what they're supposed to do. I remember him saying that. And then there was another game.
Though.
They lost. What was the game where they didn't box out at the end last year? And Domas missed on box out, and the other team got the offensive rebound and put back on a missed free throw. And Mike Brown called him out on that. He's got to be better than that. I don't think Domas appreciated that, being called out to that degree by his coach. Apparently, De'Aaron Fox is like, yes, I want that. Yeah. I don't think that Domas appreciated it.
And that is not to allude to Domas not wanting to take accountability, because some people will run there. It might just speak to we can be accountable to each other in the locker room.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe it doesn't need to be said in the post-game presser. The whole thing is confusing because, like you said, Whitey, I mean, those were the days where the Kevin O'Connors were having a field day on Domantas Sabonis being overrated because his numbers were insane. But, there was something missing with him and Mike Brown, allegedly. And now I think maybe he felt like, well, if I get Doug in there, Doug knows me. We're going to continue to do the same thing. But you never know how it's going to look. He didn't know that, when Doug is going to be there along with Zach LaVine and along with DeMar DeRozan and 2 point guards for the price of one.
Domantas Sabonis was really great in this offense First year of the Beam team, when he had Kevin Herter knocking down threes, and he had Harrison Barnes knocking down threes. Look it up, because a lot of people think Harrison Barnes never made a basket as a King.
Yeah.
He did. He was pretty good, actually. And you also had Keegan setting a rookie record for threes. So that gave him options, and he got assists on all of those.
Yep.
The next year, the shooting went down. It hasn't come back up to that level. And so Domas has not been as effective when he doesn't have guys that he can, those spray threes when guys are not making those threes. When the team doesn't shoot as well, he is not as effective.
Well, and the other thing is, too, even if they weren't, even without the other point guards, it's the other guys. I know Zach LaVine can shoot the three ball. Typically, he's been struggling. But even if he had the ball, Domas, based on, now I know Keegan Murray's back, but there's a bunch of guys out there. What am I doing with this? Right? Precious Achiuwa on the wing. What am I going to do with this? Drew Eubank. What am I going to do with this? So even the guys that they brought in, it didn't make a ton of sense. I know Russell Westbrook has been shooting the three ball very well. But, yeah, adding in the point guards. And I said this before, Whitey. We're sitting here. We spent so much time on these airwaves. We need a point guard. We need a point guard. And I know the Timberwolves are not a good example, but these other teams, you got Denny Avdia, who's running around. He's my guy.
Yeah, I know that.
6'7". He's handling point guard duties, and they still got Drew Holiday, right? And you got Dame coming back. All these other teams are kind of moving towards a point guard by committee, and maybe the committee wasn't right for the Kings, but the Kings are saying, no, we need a horde point guards so we can get this done when they have one of the most passer-friendly, passer-intelligent centers in the game. It didn't make sense.
Last year, I thought Malik did a better job as a point guard than the team gave him credit for. And also, a lot of times last year down the stretch, basically, DeMar ran point. And he did a good job.
Yeah. We talked to Malik about that, and I said, hey, Malik, me and you, man.
Yeah.
We've had some conversation. And I said, in that post-game presser, right, or end-of-season presser, he said, I feel more comfortable at the 2. And a lot of people ran with that saying, oh, he doesn't want to be a point guard. He doesn't want this. He doesn't want that. What I asked Malik on Media Day, I said, when I heard that, I thought, I feel more comfortable at the 2. That doesn't mean I can't handle point guard duties. And he said, thank you. That is exactly what I meant. Everybody else, along with Scott Perry, they all took it as if Malik can't ever. No, Malik, don't bring the ball up. And they brought
pass
in
it to a guard.
No, hey Malik, no, let go of the ball. Only pass half court. And then they bring in 2 point guards, and now the whole thing is clunky. And you got 2 guys, Whitey, $33 million coming off the bench between Malik Monk and a shooter. I know Malik's been closing a little bit, but and you got $49 million on the bench when Zach LaVine doesn't close. But it doesn't make sense, Whitey.
One of my thoughts was, okay, they want a point guard because they're still trying to make DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine work. And they never worked together. They respect each other. They didn't work together except for a brief period in Chicago when what? And I think DeMar DeRozan even told me this once when I asked him about this. Like, well, we had Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
So, okay, They think if they get a point guard, then that's going to work. It didn't work. And that wasn't why it worked before.
No, and it was a small sample size of it working. And then you gotta hear everybody say, no, they need a point guard. Now they got 2 point guards now, Whitey. But now they still need a point guard that's like Lonzo Ball.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
Maybe they're just not a good match.
What do you think of this from Gracie Approved? Could it be Domas is unhappy because we're losing, or we're losing because he's unhappy, Alan? Which is it?
Well,
I think he's unhappy because they're losing.
Yeah, well, he's going to be unhappy. They
won the last 2 games. I assume he wasn't happy then, and they still won.
What if they go on a 5-game winning streak without Domas?
Right.
Would you be happy? Why? Do I know if I was on the bench and the team won, we'd be Owls on 3. I got my hand up there. What? Owls, man. Owls. If I wasn't playing and my replacement went 3 for 4.
No, not you.
Owls
really?
on 3. 1, 2, 3. Owls, man. Let's get out of here. I'm not even playing. And we won. It's not the same.
Yeah, but they have so much invested in him, they have to get something significant for him. I am not in any way suggesting you got to get rid of that guy. No, you got to get whatever it is. So I still think he's going to end up going to the Warriors, and Kuminga's coming here.
Wow.
I still think that's happening.
Wow.
I don't want it to happen, and I don't think it's a good idea, but book it.
I think you're on to something, and I have reason to believe that you
Yeah, Alan saw. Somebody told. Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's
birds
not that hard
are chirping.
to figure out. Yeah.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? It's not that hard to figure out.
It's just it's pretty obvious that things have been trending that way. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Money,
there's interest on both sides.
Yeah, I mean he is exactly what's the more so the type of center that Steph has had in the past with the Bogut's and smart passers, guys like that. Again, would he be worth the $40 million? No, but I don't think Jimmy's worth that, and they pay Jimmy $60 a year, so you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. My understanding is that the Warriors now are thinking, boy, we got to play Quentin Post more. He's playing well.
He is.
Lean on him more.
He is. And look, somebody said, Alan, do you think Maxime can be Quentin Post? I said, look, man, let's not do that. The hope is that, no disrespect to Quentin Post, but I hope Quentin Post evolves in his game and improves. And the hope is that Maxime is better than Quentin Post. Maybe they meant this season to contribute right now, but I said, come on, man. Mm-hmm. We can't do that. Mm-hmm. We got to shoot for the stars and you land amongst the moon, Whitey. Or I think I said that backwards.
I knew where you were going. I know that his numbers haven't been great on every game, but I think Maxime is a little bit – he's certainly not behind schedule. He's either on schedule or maybe a little bit ahead of schedule.
Yeah, and he's getting forced into the physicality of the game, which I think is probably exactly what Scott Perry and Doug Christie wanted. That's probably where the biggest gap was. I know offensively it hasn't been pretty, but he really hasn't had time to focus on his offensive skill set, and I would like to see him shoot the three ball better, but he's drinking from the water hose right now, Whitey, and at least he's getting welcome to the show every single game.
Yeah. Now, if you had a chance to trade Domas to the Warriors and get something back where you'd like it, would you have any trepidation about that? Would you be reluctant because it's the Warriors, we're going to see him 3 or 4 times every year, he's right down the road?
I think your timeline, that's why you're going and getting he is 23 now, not 22. You're getting a 23-year-old and Jonathan Kuminga. You're changing your timeline. The Warriors got about 2-3 years left, and with Steph. Maybe a little bit more than that, but, if you take away Kuminga, they're still going to have to find something. Maybe they got one more trick up their sleeve, but the larger point is that the timelines are different. And you ain't worried about Podziemski or Moody.
That's your guy, right? Podziemski's
No,
your guy.
he's not no. He's definitely not my guy. I would have been
Buddy's your guy?
No. I would have been Shohei. That sounds more ridiculous. I was going to say than me going to the NFL, but I guess he's in the NBA, so.
Yeah. The Keon news more significant than the Levine news. We're back with that next on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Future Ford.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect increasing clouds with patchy fog developing overnight with light winds. Temperatures dropping off into the 40s. We'll see temperatures warming into the mid to upper 50s with partly cloudy skies Thursday afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
It's the Black Friday Sell-a-thon at your Future Ford dealers. Get unbelievable pricing on F-150, Bronco, Explorer, Mach-E, and more. The best Ford is a Future Ford. So hurry to Future Ford Lincoln in the Roseville Auto Mall and Future Ford of Sacramento at I-80 in Madison.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Amateur players will be pleased to know that the USGA doesn't object to a friendly bet with your weekend foursome. Friendly bets include soft drinks after the round, hot dogs at the turn, or even a $2 Nassau, one of the most widely used bets in golf. It takes its name from the Nassau County Country Club of Glen Cove, Long Island, one of the many clubs frequented by the well-to-do in the late 19th century. As the story goes, matches between these clubs were often reported in the local newspapers, sometimes to the embarrassment of wealthy industrialists coming out the loser. The Nassau captain J.B. Coles Tappan then devised a format where the worst possible result could not be reported as anything more than a 3-0 defeat. In a Nassau, 3 equal wagers are placed on the first 9, the second 9, and 18-hole total. A $2 Nassau is sometimes referred to as a 2-2-2 bet. Some play better with a bet to keep their attention. Others are nervous at the thought of losing. Whatever your choice, golf is a game. Have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or kohls.com for details.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Play and win to take your loyalty to new heights at Sky River Casino. Join Sky River Rewards today for a chance to receive up to $2,500 in free play. Plus, you'll be in the know about upcoming special events and offers. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit us to see how. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Alan Stiles with us today. And just for a moment there, before we came back on, I was just pondering, Alan, as we're talking about Domantas Sabonis. And, it was a short time ago, Domantas Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox were revered in this town. Mm-hmm. And then we got to a point where there's a lot of people that are out on De'Aaron Fox. Now it sounds like there's a growing number of fans that are growing disgruntled with what they think is going on with Domantas Sabonis. We don't really know, and I'm just shaking my head. How do we get here?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because you start to wonder, is stuff getting out because they want it to get out, right? Is Domantas Sabonis, I don't want to say doing this on purpose, but I personally think, just for the record, Whitey, I think even if he is upset with the team and the situation, I just think that they love Napa because they don't live in Sacramento. They live in Napa.
Yeah.
And they got the wine going now.
Yeah.
I think they really like their situation. And I would just be really surprised if he said, no, I need to go to Detroit. You know what I mean? So I would be surprised if that happened. I just think a lot of this stuff gets out. Some of it is also deductive reasoning.
Where could he go then if he didn't want to?
Well, I guess, yeah. You ain't got to go to Detroit.
Can we just get back what I just played as a rejoiner? Can we get some happy feelings back going again with the Kings, with the Domantas Sabonis?
Look, I mean, the happy feelings is the Kings are winning. He's just not playing right now.
Yeah.
But the reality is it would be hard for that money to work, right, in Golden State. I've had conversations. I'm not going to say league circles.
Okay, all right.
There is a growing belief.
I've also had conversations.
I've had conversations,
about
and the birds are chirping.
Oh,
but
yeah.
But it
So
would
there you
not.
go.
It would not be easy to do. And based on, and somebody on the text line is saying, what does that even look like? There is a name that makes the money a bit easier, but that name, I don't think they would allow back in Sacramento. I'm being tongue in cheek here, but that name would be Buddy Hield, just based on money. He's at $9 million, so they would have to rework it that way. I just get confused with what the Warriors feel like they need. Sometimes they say they need a third scorer. Well, that's not Domantas Sabonis. Other times they need a center. Other times
he could be a third scorer, couldn't he? I mean, a third scorer. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
He's high teens consistently.
That's true. That's true. And the other thing is,
and a very efficient high teens.
I just wanted to give a shout out quickly, Whitey, to I believe it was Ted from El Dorado Hills. And he says, if we're talking about things to be thankful for, I am thankful that Alan Stiles is not talking about Jonathan Kuminga today. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. So, Ted, this one's for you. Whitey brought it up, not me. I didn't bring up knowing Kenyon Murray, Keegan Murray's father, who was on the show. You can check that out on YouTube and the Sactown Sports app. And I didn't bring up I did not bring up Jonathan Kuminga. Whitey brought it up. So I just want y'all to be clear.
Then Alan's eyebrows went up. And he's, well, birds are chirping. He started talking in Carmichael Dave code. I've had conversations.
Read the smoke signals. Read the tea leaves.
Exactly.
You know, now when Whitey said Jonathan Kuminga, I did start rubbing my hands together and say, now the show can start. But if you're tuning into the drive, guys, Alan did not come on and say, Alan is making Whitey talk about Kuminga. Wasn't me. Just wanted y'all to be clear.
That's true. Michael Scotto says the Bucks have conducted background due diligence on Zach LaVine and others around the league. As usual. Okay, well, yeah, that means the Bucks, like a lot of teams have heard, the Kings are thinking of trading guys. Well, let's check on, who's available. And then where do we go from there to, Kyle Kuzma and Vivek both invested in women's professional volleyball, so look out. Just slow down on that. When you consider the financials there, it's very complicated. My opinion, while that's, all right, mildly interesting, 0 to 10, that's like a 4.
Right.
But to me, the reporting from Michael Scotto on Keon is more interesting because he says the Pacers have had interest. He says GMs around the league are also surprised that Keon isn't playing more. He says could be the Kings didn't give him the new contract because they didn't want to go into the luxury tax. So we actually have some things going on there that I think are more interesting. I just don't know where that's all going to lead, and I fear it's going to end with Keon Ellis playing elsewhere.
So we call him the East Coast Jonathan Kuminga, and that's Benedict Mathurin, who is in a
Who calls him that?
Me.
We don't.
Well, we.
You might.
The collective we. No, Whitey, because he's in
Indiana's not on the East Coast.
Yeah, he's in the Eastern Conference. He's in what conference are they in, Whitey?
They're in the Eastern
Well,
Conference.
thank you.
Not all the teams in the Eastern Conference are on the East Coast.
Well, they're more East Coast than West Coast.
Indiana's not on the East Coast. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have just got that one out.
Nah, I concur with Kev. Indiana's not the East Coast.
Whitey,
the thing is, you said we call them that. We do not.
This is not geography class. They're in the Eastern Conference. There's a Western Conference Kuminga, and there's an Eastern Conference Kuminga.
You corrected yourself. That's correct. Yes, you corrected it, and you got it right now.
On the
Eastern Conference Kuminga.
Eastern. You know what? Like I said, I'm just here. I'm having a good time. All right. So the Eastern Conference Kuminga, Benedict Mathurin, they did not give him a contract extension. It's the same situation. What did he go? Number 6 in the draft. Maybe he's starting now if he's even playing because nobody's playing for the Pacers. 6'6", 23 years old, an inch shorter than Kuminga. We saw him flashes during the finals, but there are certain things that he does not want to do within his game. I wonder if you're the Pacers, hey, when Tyrese Halliburton comes back, we don't need a Benedict Mathurin. We don't need these guys that want the ball. We're moving towards, we have our distributor of the basketball, Tyrese Halliburton. We want guys that are going to defend, like Keon Ellis. Could that be the under-the-radar move that the Kings make? Because there is the actual draft, and then there is the second draft guys, like they were successful with Aaron Nesmith as well.
Yeah, I don't mean to put anybody on the spot, but if they didn't sign him to the extension, does that mean he's expiring or he's going to be a restricted free agent? I don't know if I want to trade for that guy.
I believe it's a restricted free agent, but yeah, he's expiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $9 million expiring.
Yeah, and the problem is Kuminga and the Kuminga of the Eastern Conference, or some might say the Midwest, Benedict Mathurin, there's reasons why their teams are like, why do I want to think, if I'm the Kings, oh yeah, well, it didn't work out for him there, but it'll work out for him here.
I think
that's a mistake bad teams make time and time again.
Okay, but Whitey, it all comes down to Keon's value, and it was reported by Sam Amick that he was the most coveted asset of the Kings. Doesn't mean that anyone has given up 2 first-rounders means he's the most coveted.
Can I still just sign him and keep him?
I want them to do that, but apparently it's headed in the wrong direction. Sam was on this morning with Jason.
Yeah.
And said it's headed towards a divorce. So if you can get a second draft guy, I don't know what Benedict Mathurin thinks his market is, but you could take a swing. I don't think it's going to be a crazy expensive contract. Now, and like I said, I think he believes that he can do some things in this league the same way Jonathan Kuminga can, but it's worth a look if the Pacers are already interested.
I get back to the fact that the Kings want to do things like Indiana did last year. And it's not just Indiana. It's at least half the league, probably more, right, that are looking at pushing pace at both ends of the floor, 94 feet. And so if Indiana wants Keon, they've had success with it. They know how it's done.
Yeah.
We've only talked about it. They know how it's done. If they want that guy, that tells me, I should keep him around. That's a guy I should keep, not the guy they don't want anymore.
There have been some rumblings
about. He's by the way, pardon me, but to the point we're making, according to Spotrac, restricted free agency in 26-27.
Yeah, he's all yours.
Yeah,
he's all yours, Mr. Perry. He's all yours if you want him. But there have been some rumblings, Whitey, going back to the Monty McNair era of why.
Which was last year.
Yeah, feels like a lifetime ago.
It does,
and also feels like yesterday. There have been some rumblings as to why Keon wasn't playing as much. Were there mandates in place? How much control did Mike Brown have? And honestly, we'll probably know when it gets released in a 30 for 30 in 5 years. But as of right now, nobody knows, Whitey, because out of all the things I've applauded Scott Perry for doing in the way he has conducted himself, the way he has conducted himself within the media, all of those things, and even going and getting Dennis Schroeder, if that's your guy, I don't think they should have given him that type of money. But hey, your players say you need a point guard, you go get a point guard. You go get Russell Westbrook, who's been phenomenal. But the Keon, and it's all connected to Schroeder because of that commitment they gave him. But the Valanciunas thing connected to Schroeder. Keon Ellis thing connected to Schroeder. I can live with the Valanciunas thing, but connecting Keon Ellis to Dennis Schroeder and making that decision and then going and getting Russell Westbrook, it's a miss to me. I'm going to be honest. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the mystery of Keon Ellis, I got some more on that when we come back. Looks like it's going to be time for Check It with TC. We roll on with Alan Stiles getting you up to game night. Kings and the Suns tonight, Sactown Sports.
This Black Friday is the best time to get the Toyota you've been wanting, but these deals will disappear soon. Right now, get low 1.99% financing plus $1,000 finance cash on the 2025 Tacoma. Or score a low-cost lease on Tacoma Double Cab. Or get low 0.99% financing plus up to $1,000 finance cash on the 2025 Tundra. Black Friday is almost over, so visit your Toyota dealership before these deals are gone. Toyota, let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit and cannot be combined with other offers. Ends 12/1/25.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800 gambler.
Honey, look. 4 calling birds.
Do they have cell phones?
Well, yeah. They're called calling birds because they have 4 lines of Cricket 5G.
How do they pay?
Oh, easy. Each line is only $25 a month.
Who are they calling?
Beats me. One sec, gotta take this.
Join Cricket Nation and get 4 lines for $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. New lines only. All lines must be selected. Unlimited plan fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device. It is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-329-2121. That's 800-329-2121.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Black Friday savings start now. Get your best deal through the end of the month at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
With Black Friday savings during Happy Honda Days, own or lease your new Honda Accord or Civic today. Your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com. Your one-stop Honda shop.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, we're just keeping an eye on what's going on in Boston and the winning streak of the Detroit Pistons. It is all over. The Celtics have defeated the Pistons 117-114. So that snaps their winning streak at 13, the end of a 13-game winning streak. And I don't have to tell you, Alan, this has huge NBA Cup group play ramifications.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And can we talk about whether or not the Kings are winning too much if they get to 5 in a row? I mean, let alone 13 like the Pistons, but They win 2 games, and people are worried that they're going to win too much. Really? Really?
Are people really worried about that?
People are running that tankathon a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
I know a guy who runs it like every day on his show.
Yeah, well, we do run it every day.
Yeah, and I heard someone else say, hey, I know I'm going to run it every day on my podcast. Right?
That's your buddy. Your buddy. And you see me on what in the world? Come on, man.
Winning too much is absurd to me. I can't even fathom talk about winning too much.
Ramsey wants him to win every game.
Yes.
Ramsey also has 3 favorite teams, doesn't eat mac and cheese, and doesn't like pie.
Ramsey is an 8-seater.
Yeah, or he might even be like a 9th or 10th seater.
Yeah, I think, you're probably right.
I'm going to get in the playoffs, whatever it takes, by any means necessary, seater.
I just ran it, by the way.
Tankathon? Do you have the music in there?
No.
You may not know where your music is, because this is your feature.
Yes.
Alan Stiles,
Well,
we appreciate him helping us out today.
Just real quick, with the 4th pick in the NBA draft, the Kings select. Whoever's left.
Who you taking? Ament? The guard from Louisville?
I mean,
which way you going?
If Boozer's there, he might be there.
I don't know.
He might be there.
Your boy DeBance might be there because
he better be there. No, if DeBance is there, come on, Whitey. You saw him for 2 seconds.
He didn't pass the ball.
Why? He is the offense. He is the offense.
Yeah. I don't know if I want you running my scouting department. I'll be honest.
Handle.
I want Toppin. Why? He's Obi Toppin's brother, isn't he? No. Oh, okay.
No, yeah. No, but he does. No, there is a brother, but then there's another Toppin.
Okay.
Yeah, JT Toppin is not related to Jacob and Obi Toppin.
There is a Jacob. 4th pick in the NBA draft. Go get DeBanza.
Okay.
He's gonna drop because of people like you, Whitey, and I'm so grateful that AJ DeBanza is coming to Sacramento
with the 4th pick.
Based on people like you.
Okay. See, I'm trying to drive him down. So
he stinks.
Put him in the Kings range.
Yeah. Weak sources.
Yeah, it's time for Check It with TC. Are you up for that? Are you up to speed on that, Ramsey? There we go. Ramsey, throwing it over now to TC. It's time for Check It with TC. TC, you're on with Whitey and Allen. How are you? TC? We have had some problems with the phones today. It's possible we may not be able to get to TC. Remember, we had this unfortunate misadventures of Pam's phone call. So sorry about that, TC. We'll see if we can't circle back, get that going. We have had some problems with phones today. So our apologies. TC has many fans. His fans right now, crestfallen.
All right, TC.
Yeah.
We need you.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
We'll
see what we can do.
Before we get to Turkey Day, we need TC, man.
I have something on the mystery of Keon Ellis that puzzles me. I know that Brendan was on the show and said this, so I can mention this. A lot of people are wondering why he didn't play more, Keon Ellis didn't play more last year. And there has been some talk, and again, I believe Brendan alluded to this, that ownership didn't want him to play. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's true, but it makes me scratch my head because I know last year there were a number of times when Coach Brown would have kind of a separate sit-down with members of the media. Mm-hmm. And long story short, he was explaining his side of things. This is why this is going on. And my feeling, he never said what it was. My feeling was it was more a matter of he wanted to make sure, because maybe he was under some pressure, he wanted to make sure the people that were sharing with fans what was going on, that they understood his side of different things. He had a session of that nature about Keon Ellis. So that tells me, and I could be reading this wrong, but to me, if it was an ownership decision not to play Keon Ellis, I don't know that the coach would feel compelled to explain to the media why Keon wasn't playing.
Yeah, and in that meeting, they were watching film. I mean, you know, a lot of people will get on Sacramento media and say, you need to be tougher, be like New York, and do this, do that. I give a lot of kudos. Obviously, they're my peers, but I give a lot of kudos to Sacramento media. I mean, Whitey, you wake up in the morning, right? You're going to do your job, whatever it is. And I know, you know, a lot of you don't have as glamorous of jobs, and I'm not saying it's hard or whatever it is, but you get to, no, I'm just saying in general, because somebody's saying, if I could talk sports, whatever, and follow your dreams, by the way. But you wake up and you think, I'm about to start my day, whatever, and then you get a text, I got a film session with Mike Brown because I'm tweeting about Keon Ellis too much. It's kind of bizarre, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, just stand on your business to me, and as you're saying, I don't know if what you're saying makes it more or less likely that it is ownership. I don't know if it's running the option route and trying to cloak something. I don't know, Whitey, because it's weird to me. Who does? And maybe it happens more often than not, right? I've only covered the two markets, but I don't. Who does that?
Yeah, it's not something that's real common in my experience, and I've heard from others with more experience. Things that led me to believe it's not very common.
Yeah.
It's
why are
fine.
you
There's
doing
nothing
that?
wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing untoward or anything. It's just unusual.
Now, with all that being said, there's two conversations being had here.
Yeah.
The first one is that with the purple lenses on, Keon Ellis is probably not going to be a superstar, right? There is a level of that we just need to be honest with ourselves about. He is a great 3-and-D for what the teams are doing. That is one side of this. The other side of this, which is more important to me, is not where you're at and whether he's playing or not now. That's important. But the other part of it is where they are going and how you think he should not be on the bus for where they're going.
Yeah,
that's
they've
what I
told
don't
us
get.
where, at least Coach Christie has told us where he wants to go. Scott Perry has also told us where he wants to go. It's like, well, Keon should be on that trip.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I Am Legend, when they're rushing and they're trying to get everybody on the plane, and can your family members get on? Keon got to get on that plane for me.
Yes.
I mean, you let
Get him right through TSA.
You let
Pre-check, baby.
Why are some of these people getting on the plane? Keon is like a
You're gonna
doctor.
need your seat.
Yeah, Whitey. Keon is like a doctor.
Yeah.
Right? If the world is ending, I need a doctor to be on the plane.
Yes.
And you're letting through, honestly, media members. Why are media members getting on the plane,
Right.
but doctors ain't getting on the plane?
Yeah. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Fingers crossed. It's time for Check It with TC. What's up, TC?
Mic check.
Yes, sir. Mic check. Before we get started, hey, happy Thanksgiving to all three. Ramsey, good looking, Allen, and Whitey.
Thank you.
Appreciate you listening, Chris. It's all good. Listen, so check it out. We're going to jump straight into it. So my feelings on the situation as far as Domas and Zach. I'm tired of hearing the talking, bro. So we're moving on. Domas, you're doing too much talking, bro. Not to be a champion, not to be a number one option or a leader of the team, dog. You talk too much. Your clarity, like I said from day one, was Doug Christie. You wanted Mike gone and you wanted Doug in the building. Doug's in the building, and you still got a problem, bro. So it's time to move on from this guy. Harry sat down with you, bro. I'm tired of hearing about it. Ain't coming from you, but it keeps leaking. So you talking to people. Bro, it's time for you to move. Zach, that stupid look that you had on your face the other night, bro. I'm tired of seeing it. If you want to go back to Chicago, what's up, bro? Give us a second back for bro. Or actually, if you just want to take him, you can damn near have him back for free, bro. Check it out, man. I'm tired of these dudes. Get these dudes out of here that don't need to be here. And the guys that's going to be here, you going to play. Keon, I believe Keon is a spot that's going to end up being here, right? We letting it play out how it play out. Keon, we know who you are, right? If somebody going to give us a draft pick for you, you going to be out of here. If not, we going to try to come to an agreement on a contract later on. You don't need to play. We know who you are. We trying to play these guys that we trying to get out of here, right? At the same time. So that's all I got. I just called in today to say happy Thanksgiving, but I'm tired of hearing Domas' mouth, bro. Get out of here. If you're going to Golden State, if you're going to Portland, wherever we moving you, Scott, wherever you moving this guy, moving, bro. I'm tired of the clarity. I'm tired of it, bro. I'm over it. Zach, you too. Tomorrow we going to find a spot out of respect for you, big dog. The only veteran I said that you're going to keep on this team is Russell Westbrook. Brody, if you want any youngster to learn a mentality, a professionalism, the 6 pillars, that's Russell Westbrook. You keep him around. That's all I got, man. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Thank you, TC. I love that. I just want to say happy Thanksgiving. And Domas, shut up.
Yeah. Real quick, Whitey.
Yeah. We got to go real quick. Go
I
ahead.
know. TC said something that sparked something in me just about what could save Keon Ellis in this relationship, but we can talk about it on the other side.
Yeah, we're right back with that. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger, Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. What would a Maverick do? Because you're a Maverick too. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply. Give to get with no gimmicks.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Welcome to Cricket Wireless. Santa?
I've got to get Mrs. Claus a gift or I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
How about a single unlimited line? Only $35, plus a free Moto G 5G.
Dude, you're a lifesaver. Here, take a present.
Says it's for Timmy in Des Moines.
Never heard of him.
Join Cricket Nation and get a single line for $35 per month, plus a free Moto G 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Requires activation of new line on select unlimited plan or higher. Pay $40 first month. New lines only. First month service charge. Tax to its sale fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Kings Black Friday deals are here. Cheer on the Sacramento Kings with slam dunk deals this holiday season. Save up to 40% on Kings tickets. Plus, shop buy one, get one 60% off merch deals online and at the Kings team store. Elevate your game day with 20% off experiences on the Kings home court. And don't miss out on savings for Kids Club kits and Junior Kings clinics for your little Kings fans. Check out all the limited time offers for tickets, gear, experiences, and more at kings.com/Black Friday.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Catch all the action at Sky River Casino. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room. Plus, with 18 elevated restaurants, bars, and lounge destinations, and Sky River rewards that add up and up. There's something for everyone. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun and experience new heights. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports 1140. Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
So much more. Today, the so much more, including Alan Stiles. Wait a minute. He's on the show before the Drive Guys.
That's right.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah,
today.
not today. Shout out John Lund. Thank you for filling in. We wanted to do a holiday special for the good people out there, getting ready for your turkey and your stuffing and your mac and cheese. So we're helping you getting ready for it with some Kings basketball.
That's right. Bottom of the hour, we got game night. The Kings against a team that Alan Stiles says is the Colts of the NBA. No, actually, you said
Bears.
It was a Raptor. The Bears
They're
of
the
NBA.
Bears, the Suns. I do not. I'm happy that they're playing well, but they haven't played anybody, and I just don't believe them.
Yeah. Injury update. You've got Grayson Allen out tonight. You've got, of course, for the Kings, you've got no Domantas Sabonis and no Dennis Schroeder. Yeah. And Ryan Dunn is out for the Suns as well, in addition to Jalen Green, who's been out for a while.
Yeah, and what I was going to get to, Whitey, I know we were up against it,
yes.
But as TC was talking about clearing everyone out, something that we've said about the rookies, right, about Neek, because he hasn't been playing as much. I think he played less than 10 minutes, or he might have played like 11 minutes last game, is Scott Perry might be thinking, hey, I'm going to move these guys, and we're still going to get, let's say he moves them in January. That's still 4 months, right, of good opportunities and playing time and runway for a guy like Neek Clifford. As TC was talking about moving these guys out, is there any possibility, I know what Sam Amick said if you missed it on the morning show, that this thing is headed towards a divorce with Keon Ellis, but we also know that Scott Perry has been incredibly transparent, which maybe he told Keon, we don't see you in the plans, whatever reason, that's fine. But is there a world where Scott Perry might believe, hey, once we clear these guys out, I know you can extend him come February, but if we clear these guys out end of December, something like that, and Keon is up to 25 minutes, whatever it is, as we approach February, could we salvage something there? Is it maybe not cooked yet?
That's what I've been assuming. Now, I don't know. With recent revelations and speculation, I've started to question it. But I've been assuming all along, okay, they've got guys that they're trying to move. They're trying to give them a chance to prove to the rest of the league they can still play. I know we had Sean Cunningham in here one day, and he said, that would be insulting to scouts because they know what these guys can do. Yeah, that's true. But especially when you're talking about older guys, I think there's some value in showing that they can still do it. So I thought they do that. Then you've got Keon. You know Keon. You know what he brings to the party. Then he'll have a chance to play when you've cleared some of that out. So that's what I've been hoping they've been doing. Here's the thing. He's definitely an asset. If they trade him for something of value, if he's a sweetener, all right, you're getting something for him. If you keep him, you re-sign him, okay. If they end up like they just part ways, that would be a huge miss because that would mean you've taken this guy, I know it was the previous regime, but you took nothing and made it into something, and then you're just going to, yeah, he's gone, get nothing for him. That's not how you build a team.
Yeah, and reportedly, even if you're not I'm going to say it, sorry for my guy from El Dorado Hills, but in the summer, they said that they would not include Keon, and that was a report that they would not include Keon in Jonathan Kuminga talks. I don't know if that would have swayed it or not, but to not do that for somebody you clearly wanted, then lose him in free agency.
That would be not good.
Not understanding.
That wouldn't be prudent.
No, it would not. And with no Dennis Schroeder tonight, does Keon get a little bit more time? I know Neek Clifford is kind of that Swiss Army knife, so he might get that time. So, yeah, it just doesn't make much sense. It's the one thing, if I got to ask Scott Perry that question, I would say, what can you tell us about Keon Ellis and your thought process?
Well, you know what you'd probably get? The same thing that Coach Christie has been telling us, and you can tell – you know, he's kind of got one arm behind his back. Like, I love him. And like I've told him, his time will come. And sometimes things work out in this league. And I don't blame Coach Christie. I realize that's as much as he can tell us. But you can tell, like, okay, he is not at liberty to tell us what's really going on.
But let's just real quick. Can we just go down the rabbit hole as to what could be going on? Why? Let's just go full tinfoil hat. Why would ownership not want to play Keon Ellis? Like, what do you gain from that?
I don't see anything.
Right? Like, if there is an ulterior motive, normally it makes sense. I don't understand it. You're already not playing. If it was, no, we want to make sure our big money guys are playing, well, Zach LaVine on the bench.
Especially if your general manager definitely has autonomy.
Yeah.
Then you could always understand all owners, they can be mercurial. But if your GM is like, yeah, we're not playing that guy. GM had just got here. It doesn't add up at all. It
No.
doesn't make a lick of sense.
What has he been continuing to say? I wanted to come in and assess the situation, Scott Perry. You haven't got to assess Keon Ellis because he hasn't been playing.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, I could even maybe give him a pass on the picking up the option because he hadn't watched Keon. But now, I guess he kind of cut Keon's legs from under him to begin with, because when you brought in the extra guards, he was saying, I'm not really interested in seeing what Keon can do.
Yeah, it's odd. I still think they're parking him. And they're either going to play him more when they clear out the other players, or he's going to be a sweetener.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what Brendan said last night or yesterday on the show.
I think Frankie wrote that. That was the first time I'd really thought about it. Like, they may need him to get somebody to take one of the other guys.
Crazy.
For taking the money of whoever, we're going to attach this sweetener.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Hope it doesn't come to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it looks like it might be trending that way. Ted joins us here on Sactown Sports. Ted, you're on with Alan Stiles and me, Whitey Gleason. How are you?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, what can we do for you?
Happy pre-Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you.
I hope the tryptophan hasn't already impacted what you're thinking about here. I mean, Keon Ellis is a great player. And you know what? They aren't playing him right now, so there's a reason. And like you said, it's got to be a sweetener. They don't want him to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, granted, he's not the type of player that plays a game that would really lend itself to getting injured, but anything's possible. That's the only thing that makes any sense, because the guy's just too good of a defender. But, like we've talked about in the past, he's got size limitations.
Mm-hmm.
And as we've seen with these two games with Keegan back, Keegan is a monster right now. And he's only coming back from injury. He's only played 2 games or 3. And I'm excited. I know we're 5-13. I know the season's likely over, but man alive, we got like 3 dudes that we can move in trades. He might be a sweetener part of it. Precious is playing some D.
Yeah.
The crowd was fired up the other night. I know it was a 10-point comeback late with 3 minutes to go, but I guarantee you, DeRozan and Levine were listening to that going, oh, so that's what it's like when they're fired up. So that's what it's like when we play some D and we do some things right. Maybe we should stop being so lame.
Thank you, Ted. That just seemed out of nowhere. I apologize.
Thanks for the call, Ted.
It was such a very precise, technically correct conversation, and then maybe they just stopped being so lame.
Yeah, it was lame.
Yeah.
Losing is lame.
It is, Ted. Thank you. To Ted's point, again, this was in Hoops Hype today, the Indiana Pacers have been among many teams to express interest in Keon Ellis this season and have previously targeted him. So, yeah, you could see if you're the Kings and you're looking big picture, we don't want that guy to get hurt because he's going to be a key to making some of these deals that we feel we need to make.
That makes a heck of a lot of sense. So, great call from Ted. I guess my whole thing, and I am the tinfoil hat guy, Whitey, but I don't know, off the top of your head, can you think of situations where teams have blatantly not played somebody to keep them safe for a possible trade? Even the Cam Johnson thing, that was a name that they were looking to get a big return, and I guess maybe it was harder because he was a starter, but he ended up getting that ankle injury, and they still ended up moving him. It was for a bizarre Michael Porter Jr. deal, but I don't know. I understand the thought process, and that is really the only thing that
But then you wouldn't play him at all, would you? I don't know.
But you can. I mean, can't you get fined for something like that?
I'm reminded of when the Lakers were clearly going to get Anthony Davis, and he's like, well, if you don't trade me, I'm just going to go there when I'm a free agent. So They had talked about, the Pelicans had talked about, well, we're not going to play him then. We don't want him to get hurt. And the league had to step in and say, no, you do have to play him.
Right.
So
That's Anthony Davis. I don't know. Is there a rule for hey, maybe the Kings have found the honey.
Right.
They found the honey spot. What do you mean? We got 14 guards. We can't. Maybe that's why he brought in all the guards. So we can't play Keon Ellis and we can't get fined.
There was also years ago, Marcus Allen on the Raiders. The Raiders would not play him because apparently he'd done something that Mr. Davis didn't like, and it was Marcus Allen, and they just didn't play him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not like this, I don't think, but curious.
Marcus Allen, great name.
Yeah.
Allen.
Yeah. And Kev, I think this is nothing like that Marcus Allen situation.
No, I know it's not, but I'm just, as Alan asked, and I'm just trying to think, get the Google search. Is there anything that even comes to mind that was anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great name.
No, I brought it up. No, because he was a running back and the Raiders were doing their thing.
Yeah.
Right. And we had a neighbor and they said, Alan, they were trying to convince my mom to bring it all the way back around before the show ends.
Okay.
Trying to convince my mom to get me to play football. And they said, you could be like Marcus Allen, last name, or same name, played for the Raiders. They did.
No, they didn't.
They did.
By the way,
I was 9.
Your quarterback, Geno Smith, has apologized for making an obscene gesture towards fans as he walked off the field following the loss to the Browns.
He's going to be great in Carolina.
I would like to apologize to the fans and Raider Nation. I made a poor judgment out of frustration, and that's not an excuse. I've got to be better than that and hold myself to a higher standard. In that moment, I didn't. I'm sincerely apologetic and very sorry for doing that. I just want to make it known that those things will never happen again from me.
I am more offended by Geno's play than him flipping the bird.
Thank you. I'm more offended by him and the offensive line taking 10 sacks against the Cleveland Browns on Sunday.
Yeah. Geno, come on, man. Enough. I'm not here to roll the dice. I'm here to run the table.
In August, Geno and Max Crosby were captured on video making an obscene gesture toward the Seahawks fans. As they entered the field, one fan appeared to be taunting the players before the gestures were made by holding a sign that read, "Bigger bust, Geno or Jamarcus Russell."
Yeah.
That's not even worth the bird. Geno, that's like, no, I'm way better than Jamarcus Russell. That does not even warrant a response.
I mean, going into the season.
No, come on.
I know.
Geno, Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, he could throw 70 from his knees.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Let me ask you the question again that we started the show with as we get ready for Kings basketball tonight against the Suns. Is it possible that the Kings could replenish the roster, get younger, play the young guys, at the same time stay within hailing distance of a play-in spot? I don't know if that's a good idea or bad. I think it's a bad idea. But is it even possible? The best of both worlds. When you look at how bad the bottom of the West is right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would throw it back to say, what do you mean about it being an idea? Realistically, they're not going to be able to get rid of all these guys. To be honest with you, I think they only move on from DeMar DeRozan. Maybe Malik Monk, and that would do a ton for Keon. We think. You never know. But if you're able to move on, because you got to get somebody back for the money, so who knows?
So then they're going to be competing for the play-in, right?
But how do they not? I just don't think they can offload enough in a short period of time to be bad. And this is what Carmichael Dave said a couple days ago. I mean, you bring up how the schedule's going to change in March and April. I think it's a logistics thing. I think realistically, you're not going to move off of Zach LaVine. Now, if Zach keeps playing like this, he might help them tank because he's been terrible, but respectfully.
Yeah, but he's actually been kind of like,
Right. I don't know.
Been terrible. He just hasn't been impactful.
Are we headed towards something with him going on? Hey, get me. I don't know, but because he's got that opt-in, what happens there? Just realistically, I don't see them moving off of DeMar, Zach, Sabonis, and we could throw Malik in there. That's 4, and you could throw Westbrook in there. I think they're only getting. They're only going to be able to move off of 2 of those guys at most.
And you say that not because you don't think they want to, but just because it would be so difficult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's some heavy lifting.
That's a lot of. It takes 2 to tango. That's a lot of dance partners in a short amount of time. Yeah, February's going to be here before you know it.
Yeah. So that would mean if you have at least half of those veterans, maybe what is there, 5 of them, whatever. If you have 2 or 3 of them, you're probably going to be if the bottom of the play-in stays under 500. you're probably going to be in that range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I have no problem. I mean, I don't really, I know it's tough, but it's still based on record unless you make it into the playoffs. So it would be nice if you're going to stink to really stink. But look, man, if they end up in that play-in, it is what it is. I mean, I don't see them getting into the playoffs, so I don't think that's and if you do get into playoffs, heck, you got into the playoffs. Yeah, it's just going to be tough for them to stink enough to stay out of the play-in. I mean, we say that now, Whitey. We weren't saying that, a week ago?
Well, I know that there's a lot of chatter, and, you got to read the tea leaves and the smoke signals, and a lot of it this time of year, and it'll get worse as we approach the deadline. A lot of it is like, there's nothing there. But there is something there when Sam Amick says and writes that the Clippers have some interest in DeMar DeRozan.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's common sense, and then I could just tell from the way your eyebrows went up when I mentioned Sabonis to the worst for Kuminga that they probably will revisit talks there. So there's a chance on both those fronts. Now, when you got people going, the Bucks did their due diligence on Zach LaVine. So Kyle Kuzma's coming back to Sacramento. To me, there's very little, if anything, there. Probably nothing there.
Yeah, and I think the main thing for the Clippers, as Dave was saying, would they be too good if they got John Collins, talking about the Kings? There is a world where they don't have to get him, because I do think the Clippers would still like to have John Collins. You go get Bogey, go get Bogdanovich, and that doesn't help the Keon Ellis conversation. But
did you see the Clippers were granted an injury exception for Bradley Beal?
Okay.
Yeah. So that gives them some flexibility, but then they're limited into what type of contract they can take on for that. So that's just another wrinkle to this whole thing.
Yeah, but my point is you can get some things done and make sure that the guys you're bringing in don't affect any runways you're trying to create. And that, I think, is the best approach. I'm just looking here, Whitey. You got the Timberwolves at 7, the Warriors at 8, the Blazers at 9, the Grizzlies at 10. The funniest part about this is that I specifically don't see the Kings getting better than 10. That's the funniest part about it. I believe in all these teams 1 through 9 right now. Now, injuries can happen. I think the Suns won't drop under 9. I still think they're the Bears, but I think they will still stay in the top 9. The Grizzlies, when you look at the teams, and really, Whitey, the one team that you should bank on at the end of the day is, can the Clippers turn it around? Because if the Clippers turn it around, that would fill in your number 10, and that would put the Kings at 11.
But if I were 10th or even just close to that down the stretch, that might be the best of both worlds for me if I'm concerned, if I'm the organization, and I'm trying to keep people involved and coming out to the games, but then I get in the play-in and I'm knocked out and I'm still in the lottery.
Yeah. Because you could be 10, but it's all based on record. So if the bottom of the West keeps stinking, it could stink more than the East play-in because they're beating up on each other because they also stink in a different way. So 10 looks different. You just can't obviously get into the playoffs. But you can win that first game if you want, and that's what the Mavericks did. It doesn't affect you.
Yeah. And then we'll see, partly tonight, we'll get part of the answer to the question, is what the Kings have done the last couple of nights, is this something that's sustainable? Are they really onto something? Is it just circumstances? Blind squirrel finds an acorn, blah, 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 all that stuff. We'll see tonight. Or maybe they're right in the middle right now of a winning streak.
They can win tonight. They can win tonight, and they can beat the Jazz, and they can beat. They're going to get 5 straight. I'm telling you.
Woo!
They're going to get 5 straight, or they're going to win 4 of their next 5. But reality is often disappointing, and when it returns, everybody will say, "Okay, cool. We don't have to worry about winning too many games."
But 8-13, right? If they won those games, the ones we just talked about, wouldn't 8-13 look like? Man, they were 3-13. Yeah, if you just, and you would get calls like this, you might say it yourself, like, well, if they just won a couple of those early games that they should have won,
right,
this whole thing would be upside down.
Yeah, their ceiling, in my opinion, was the 8 seed. I thought they could get the 8 seed, and then they came out and wet the bed early and put themselves in a hole. But, I mean, you look, Whitey, you are at, 4.5 games back of the 8 seed. 5.5 games, 5.5 games back. Actually, it is 4.5. So 4.5.
Okay. It keeps fluctuating there.
It's 4.5.
We have games in progress.
No, literally. So you go on a little streak, Whitey, and hey, man, don't let them, no, literally, do not let them get close to that 8 seed because I think things will change.
How do you mean? Like the emphasis?
Yeah.
The front office?
Don't let them get too close to the
organizational emphasis?
I don't buy it yet. I do not buy it because they're leaving the door open for everything. We know what he's trying to say, but they go on a win streak here. They're 2 games out of the 8 seed in January. Okay.
Here's why I respectfully disagree with Ramsey's position. Maybe disagree is not the right word because I don't feel the same way he does. And Ramsey's done a great job. And we appreciate, Ramsey, everything you're doing for us this week. Ramsey, like I would think many Kings fans, says, let's just win. Let's just win. The most important thing for the Kings to accomplish here, whenever they're able to accomplish it as part of this rebuild, you got to find your guy. That's when, okay, now you're on the right track. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to do that when you're finishing as a playing team. You're further down in the lottery. If you're in the lottery, how do you get your guy? And until you get the guy, and you don't know right away, and sometimes it takes a while, whether it's Shea or Cade in Detroit, I'm not sure Portland has their guy yet. Yeah. So until you do that, it really you're not on the right track. So that's why, to me, you want to be in that lottery and you want to be high up. And I know there's no guarantee. It doesn't mean you're going to get a good pick. I know, but it's your best chance at it. And that's the most important thing this organization has to do going forward.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Whitey. There are exceptions to the rule, and funny enough, they're in action tonight in Houston, where it's a funny one because you did get Amen Thompson. You hit in Şengün, who was drafted a little later.
That's true. It can be done.
And then you go sign Kevin Durant. Now, they haven't won anything yet, but they've built what we believe to be a sustainable winner.
They're relevant and they're legitimate,
yes.
No question.
The question is, if the Kings got to that position, would they be able to sway and bring in, I guess it was a trade, but Kevin Durant said, send me to Houston, and the Suns obliged. Could the Kings get that guy? Because he's their guy for the next 2 years, right? So they have a timeline. Could the Kings do it that way? And I think a lot of people would be worried, can we convince a star like that to come to Sacramento? So more realistic your way, but there are other ways. If you get the everything else and then you just fill it in with a Kevin Durant, then there you go.
I bet that's part of the reason they're so interested in Kuminga, your guy Kuminga. They think he could be the guy. But it's interesting what you say about Houston because, they went through a rebuild too. And it doesn't look like it now because they have so many veterans. But they did wander in the wilderness as well. But when we talk about teams that rebuilt that you want to emulate, they don't get mentioned.
No, they don't get talked about a lot at all. And I don't know, maybe they got to go on another run. Yeah. And then people will talk about them.
But they did draft some really good players. You're right.
Well, I know what you love, the models. Remember, first it was we made it so far. Remember, it was the Kings need to have the Denver model.
Oh,
then
yeah,
it was the Pacers model.
Right.
I can't wait for the launch of the Rockets model.
There you go. I'm wondering why we haven't talked more about the Rockets model. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it. Have a great holiday. Really, really, honestly appreciate you coming in very much.
It was a lot of fun, Whitey. I appreciate you as well, all you continue to do for me, so thank you, and enjoy your holiday, and I can't wait to talk to you soon.
Yeah. Game night is coming up next. Sactown Sports.
Let me tell you how this thing really goes. Yeah, we travel deep, whether we home or on the road, we lit. You don't want that smoke, we the team of the year. We shaking things over here.
This Sponsor the Clock is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
This Black Friday is the best time to get the Toyota you've been wanting, but these deals will disappear soon. Right now, get low 3.99% financing or a low-cost lease on the capable 2025 RAV4. Or get a low-cost lease on the sporty 2026 50 MPG Corolla Hybrid or the fuel-efficient 2026 51 MPG Camry. Black Friday is almost over, so visit your Toyota dealership before these deals are gone. Toyota, let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium-rated credit ends 12/1/25.
Sacramento, the wait is over. The all-new Hard Rock Sports Bar is here at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. Enjoy the ultimate 24/7 sports watching destination with 20 big screens with all the action for the premier game day experience. There's no other place you'd want to be to watch all the games with you and your friends. Now open at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. For more details, visit casino.hardrock.com/Sacramento.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.